Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes! Greatest podcast in the world.
Darrick, welcome back too.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'm a tone setter. I set the tone, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to podcast today? Because I'm not getting that. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not getting that energy from you right now. I don't see your morning coffee.
It's on the side of me.
Okay, I don't hear the tone in your voice.
What's the tone supposed to be?
I need rowdy meals.
Rowdy?
We did
Put some bass in
We
it.
did the intro. He didn't even stick his hand out to do the
You didn't
the
stick your
shape.
hand out either.
I stuck my hand out. You was not. Come on in. Come on. Show me that you here.
Yeah, we locked in.
That San Diego saying out your cracky ass? You shook it
A
out
little
your
bit.
Hell
jaws?
no,
Okay.
there's no way.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay,
no
a little
way.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, you here? You live?
I'm live.
Mike got on a Burberry
You-
shirt, by the way.
You here? You live? He got on a what?
Burberry.
No, he
No,
don't.
he doesn't.
Yes, he do.
That doesn't say Burberry.
Yeah, it literally does,
It
Darrick.
does?
It literally
Oh,
does.
I can't see because it's Mike.
It doesn't look. Yeah, it doesn't look like it says it to me. My bad.
Yeah, I mean,
What does
I
it literally say? It might be small on there.
I just saw that the print on the inside with a
His
Where the
literally
collars
the
are.
whole mic is black. Oh, I see it now. I got to kind of tilt.
you got something to tell us? You got a baby on the way?
No.
You got that off Madison Pulaski?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually
Risky.
people
Got
put at that Burberry when it's baby shower season, so I thought you was
You got some
an
socks
ounce or
and some
something.
towels too?
No. Just the towels.
Well, that looking like a not a
Oh,
drug dealer,
you
but
just-
like a bootleg DVD.
It's always
dealer.
one part. This is a nice, calm, very nice fit. The black socks, white shoes is throwing me off though.
It's all right.
Last episode, I read the comments, and all the comments were just talking about your outfit on last episode.
And I
Oh,
thought
it
his outfit was fine.
They just,
You
bro,
did?
people, it's,
I thought he looked like a can of spray.
people just want to be like the other people that try to go in on
That's
my
definitely
fits.
true. That's definitely
So
true.
They
they
say-
just try to fit in.
Say you was dressed like Yu Yu Hakusho. I thought that was
But
I
that
didn't know
fit,
that.
that fit was wild though.
I mean, color-wise.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It was wild color wise.
It was all right.
Yeah, I feel.
It was fly.
Did you get that from the site as well?
No, I thrifted this, actually.
Wow.
I like thrifting, bro. I like the
Remember he went through that
find the
thrifting
shit.
phase,
Yeah.
and then the cooking.
Where do you
channel
go
that never
thrifting at?
materialized.
It wasn't the
Go
cooking channel, it was a
everywhere.
vlog channel.
I go. It's like I be going to Goodwills. I go to that Plato's Closet every once in a while.
I found out that I don't like the process of thrifting. I like old shit though.
What do you mean?
So I'll pay someone else who found it instead of going to find it myself. Just pay the premium.
I like getting that like random find.
And you got one.
Yeah, KB really did. He was like thrifting regularly.
Yep.
Then
And you know
all
why I
of a sudden-
stopped? This area sucks. You're not gonna find any cool pieces.
Mm.
I
Oh.
was going for like mostly sports stuff.
Okay.
You would find some cool bullshit every once in a while, but for the most part, if you want to find it, it's on Grail. It's on.
When I was in Denver, they had
stuff
like
like
an
that.
actual thrift shop. Like it was this lady's who she owned it. Like
yeah, it's a
everything
spot
that
not
had
too
or
far
whatever.
away from us. Shout out to the guy who owns it. Because I've been there a few different times, and a lot of the throwback shit you see me wear is from him. So he's the guy that's going out there finding it. And again, I'm just paying a premium for it.
Shout out to the thrifters, man. I can't get into.
I've
that.
always wanted to go to the bins one time. The bins look super crazy, but it's like hella competitive, and you basically got a fist fight for the pieces.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah, don't get.
I'm
your
not a
ass
fist
whooped.
fighter, but I do want to go. I want to go. I want to remind y'all at home to leave a
Nah.
like on the episode, subscribe to the channel, variety channel, the Enjoy B-Ball channel's there. Again, the Nobody Found the Secret channel, by the way. Nobody found it. I mentioned at the top of the show, last episode, I didn't get a single tweet, not a single comment. I did see people saying, now I'm trying to find it, but nobody has found it just yet. There's one.
Is it just for you?
We own it.
Oh,
Secret
I
channel.
wasn't here last episode. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, see, you don't be in those meetings like you should.
Yeah, yesterday you told me I ain't gonna make the meeting. Hell,
That was I meant to say I was gonna make the morning. I had noticed I said that a few hours later.
That red eye got you crazy, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell you talking about? And I didn't care to clarify with you either. I was just letting you think you missed the meeting. I went on about my day. Mike, what's going on with you, man?
Feeling good. I'm glad you had brought that energy. I needed a little bit. I needed to wake up.
I see. I always bring that energy.
You
I had
do.
a dream
I
that,
got energy from my energy.
that something
Okay,
happened
Okay, I see
in
you. That's what's his name? The light skin rapper. I forgot his
Where's
name.
he from?
there's a lot of light skinned
Right.
rappers out
That
there.
sound like, where's he from? Like, what is
I forgot it.
You talking about J. Cole?
You talking about
No.
Drake?
Lupe?
No.
Oh, I got it
Bees.
from
The
Lupe.
corny dude that's always rapping about being light skinned and mixed.
Oh, Logic.
Logic, yeah.
I got that from
The
Lupe.
corny dude that's always rapping about being
no.
I
lost.
get my energy from my energy.
Logic said that in Soul Food.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said something about energy.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I like that he get called just a corny dude.
The
the corny dude.
Because that's how Logic is. He kind of, he's a,
He's got a couple really good verses.
He do.
No,
He does.
the Logic you talking about, that era of Logic
Yeah,
is
no,
the
that
good
was
Logic.
good. Yeah, no,
But I
like
got that from Lupe said it first on I'm Beaming, which came out.
Okay,
before
so
some
he
of
was
that.
probably paying homage to Lupe.
Or, I don't think it's that crazy of a line to only Lupe could have thought of it, you know what I'm saying? But he could have been that, I feel like it's something he might have heard. But that Logic was not corny.
Yeah.
Was not that Logic.
No, yeah,
was
I like
legit.
that Logic.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But anyway.
I had a dream that, like, for whatever reason, me and Pierre missed an episode, and y'all were like two-man game.
Let's make it a reality.
And the episode came out, and it was 22 minutes long.
22 minutes.
Specifically for D-Mails?
No, you two for whatever.
No, but
I see what you mean. But like, I remember waking up and I was like, that feels on brand. That first of all, y'all wouldn't do it to start off with, but if y'all did do it, it would be 22 minutes, and then y'all look at each other and be like, well, that's the end of the episode today, y'all. We appreciate it.
We'll
And
have
just-
Austin come up here, and it's going to be 2 hours.
You got to put his mic decibels up by 1 million.
That's okay.
Because he'll be whispering into the mic.
Literally. Well, I mean, you had to get him on time. Then he go get every. I think the Clippers are gonna be good.
Oh, hell no. That might be I got you off the mic, but I got to ask you a
That's
quick
what I was
question.
really throwing it to you
KB.
Okay.
Say it.
Was you bored yesterday or maybe 2 days ago?
Why you say that?
I was randomly playing Fortnite with like some of my people in my Discord, and all I seen is just him join. I'm like, what the hell?
I joined and I was emoting the whole time.
I was like, I just said he died 3 times.
No, first of all, I did join to play the game because I was bored.
Yeah.
Y'all were so sweaty.
Don't
And
say
2020, no.
Don't
Well,
say
yeah,
y'all.
I didn't run into you at all. But the fact, look, it's 8 people in Discord. You can hear chirping. Not a single person saying anything, but they all playing the game, which means that they are cranking 90s. They are editing each other and all. I'm like, bro, y'all are going way too far on this goddamn Family Guy map that y'all playing. And I died one time, and I was like, I'm out. I don't know.
I
some
can't
guy
believe you be
know.
playing it as much as you do.
It was level like 260 before the new season
Every
started.
time I get on and I'll stream, when I stream, I don't get in the Discord, but I'll just see if y'all in there, and it'll be like Mike Fortnite.
It's because that's my first game that I learned like keyboard and mouse on. So I find enjoying that. It's like a different game when you play with other than the damn controller all the
It just
time.
gives you a break from like the sport games, pretty much, probably.
Yeah. I had games that do give me breaks, like City Skylines. I ain't loaded that up. I had another game.
that was your shit too.
City Skylines look so boring.
It look fun.
I've
I
watched
don't
him
know,
play
I don't know
it
what
and
I'm doing, but when he building a city, it be looking cool. And then you got to go manage this over here because the bridge done collapsed. It'd be decent.
Contaminated water on the east side of your city.
Yeah, you can't put your sewer water next to like
So
your
you're pretty
water
much the
pipe.
mayor.
Basically.
And God.
Yeah, you got it.
Combination of the two. I've been playing a game called Hades. I don't know if y'all seen that one.
Was John playing that?
Maybe. John is a gamer. He'll play random games here or there. And I found out that you have to beat the entire thing without dying, and then I stopped playing it. Because I beat the first boss.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let's
There's
go.
no save point?
No. I mean, yes and no. You save like the coins that you get so you can upgrade your player, but you still start off from the ground floor the whole time. So I beat the first boss in a few hours. It took me a while, and I'm like, let's go. And then I died going into the second boss, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I start off where I ended. No.
You start all the way over.
All the way over, bro.
Yeah, that would piss
When
me
I was a
off.
kid, I used to say like, what if they made a game like real life where you have to stay like it's like a GTA though, but once you die, you got to go buy a whole new disc.
See,
That would be the
would
ultimate
never
money
live.
grab that ever existed.
You got to stay alive, man.
Yeah.
Once you out,
Whoever
you
would
out.
invent that game would just get so much heat.
Well, that game existed in the movie, but it was like if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that movie?
So,
It was really
I don't
bad,
remember
but it was like a
but I
fun
remember
bad.
like always seeing the commercials for it and the trailers for
Yeah.
it.
That trailer used to scare me back in it when I
Was
was
it called like
shorty.
Stay Alive?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of Matrix.
A
You
little
did?
bit? What do you
I fell
mean?
asleep.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it is like a two,
Okay,
it's
you
like
can't watch a movie 'cause you
2.5,
got work.
3 hour type movie type.
Yeah, I mean that's the
You
reality
work
for,
twice a week.
for adults. I was watching the past 2
Last
days.
night.
So I
Okay.
started at my mom's crib, and then I watched the first half.
It's like
Yeah.
what, 2 hours maybe? 2:15?
Yep. And
I
then
thought it was longer than that.
I think the second one's longer than that.
Then last night I put it on, but I didn't start from where I finished. I kind of just let it play because I knew I was going to have to go to bed. So, but we locked in, man. That
Okay,
was
bet.
decent.
I might have to rewatch it again.
It's decent as an adult.
I haven't watched Matrix since I was a teenager or a kid.
That's what I was telling them the last time we was here. This is like my first time watching it as like an adult. I'm picking up on a few things earlier.
I feel like there's a lot of movies I haven't watched since I was a younger.
Or at all.
Yeah, or at all.
Like Boys in the Hood.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Oh, so you have watched it?
I told you I've watched
Yeah,
it.
we've been here.
Huh?
He just doesn't remember anything, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. I agree with that ideology. My mom asked me if I watched something. I was like, I feel like I did. I can't remember anything, so no, I didn't. Even if I did, I didn't really watch it.
Like the only like the main ones are like the Fridays that for sure I've watched as an adult. Other than that, I can't remember anything else I've watched as an adult. And like tried to like consume it in a different light.
As an adult?
Yeah.
So you just said you never watch any movies outside of the Fridays?
No, I'm saying like that I watched when I was a kid.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That
You're not a big
like you never
replay guy?
revisited a movie.
Yeah, I haven't revisited many movies except for the Fridays.
That's
Probably.
interesting. I'm a big replay guy. If I like a
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
I'll watch it 4 times in a week if I
Like
really.
Ted.
I went
Ted is still
to
my
I went through the phase where I watched all like those animated movies, like obviously like Shrek, Monsters Inc., all that type of stuff that I watched as a kid, probably even on VHS. And it's different when you watch it as a grown, like somebody who's grown, you can understand a lot of little references they be making and everything
Yeah.
like that.
They also put jokes in those for adults too.
They do.
And
but
they throw like subliminals of other shows into
They
those
do.
Disney movies that you just see in the background randomly, and like you don't notice that as a kid. Probably
Is that Pixar or is that Disney?
that's Disney.
I
feel like
I think
that's
it's
Disney.
probably both.
Okay.
I
That
know
might be-
Disney does it for sure though.
Okay.
Because I want to say it'll be stuff like in the Toy Story movie, it'll be like a Finding Nemo in there, or whatever, and then
Yes,
Finding
yeah.
Nemo drops or something like that, or it'll be
Okay.
like the car in there, and then
I'm
the
gonna be
car
real.
drops.
Some of that go past your head as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody else got to pick it up. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, I
went
guess
on
that makes
Twitter and
sense.
it's like, oh, did you
Yeah,
see this
yeah.
in the background? Like, oh, no, I did not see that in the background. So yeah,
Let's drop the mic.
For Drop the Mic, taking the time machine a little bit, we talking about our favorite backup point guards. I got a couple of mine. I was actually thinking about it, just like random ones too, a little bit yesterday. I was thinking about, remember when Eric Bledsoe played for the Clippers and he was a backup with Chris Paul?
that's where it
Yeah.
started. Yeah.
That's, bro, they used to come in and terrorize
Baby
other
Bron.
backcourts. Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, I mean, you could do like the Homer. Steve Blake with the Lakers was one of my favorites. The Bulls had a lot of good backup
DJ
points.
Watson.
CJ
DJ
Watson.
was a good
DJ
backup
Augustine,
PG.
Nate Robinson get well soon. Eventually, Captain Kirk Heinrich in 2008 when Derrick Rose got there. I actually watched the game between the Lakers and the 08 Bulls the other night, and it was just so crazy that Vinny Del Negro was running some of the lineups. So it had Tyrese Thomas, Joakim Noah, and Brad Miller on the court together. And Tyrese Thomas was used as a 3. He was like sitting in the
Yeah.
corner, not getting guarded. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy. But
That
Kirk
is.
came in and caused 2 turnovers, hit 2 mid-range jump shots. I'm like, that's my captain, man. That's my captain. So he'd probably be my guy, even though he started most of his
The
career.
Bulls do have a lot because the one that came to my mind immediately was Gennaro Pargo from his Bulls days. He used to come off the bench for the Bulls and cook. I think he's somewhere coaching. I feel like I seen him on somebody's bench. I
He's
know
on the
him-
Big 3.
Is he?
He played in the Big 3 this
Okay.
year. Yep.
Oh,
Shout out to Jen.
They just finished their season, though.
shout out to
Championship
Michael
was this
Beasley
week.
for winning MVP.
Sure did.
Yes.
And
They
he
lost
lost
the
in the
championship,
finals,
but
yeah, to Corey Brewer.
He was cooking.
Corey Brewer was like the all-time leading stocks guy in Big 3 history.
He was on that list of OKC players that Cohen had put up.
Yes, he was. Yeah. That's a good question, though. Backup point guard is always a fun position for me, just because most teams, at least growing up, had their guy. So usually the backup point guard was still damn good, but they just had to be a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leandro Barbosa on the 7 seconds or less
That's a
for the
good one.
Suns. Barbosa used to come in and cook.
Sean Livingston.
Got it though, Sean
Yeah,
Livingston, right?
He literally would come off the bench and just mess up the other team's defense. Like they had to like scheme for the backup point guard, which a lot of teams probably didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Moochie Norris. Used to back up Steve Francis with the Rockets. Moochie Norris used to come in and get a couple buckets. Troy Hudson from the Minnesota Timberwolves. He used to come in and that's with the Kevin Garnett, Latrell Sprewell days. He'd come in after Sam Cassell. He was a little speedy guard. Used to get his shit off. I like Troy Hudson a lot. Who was the Lakers backup point guard during the Shaq and Kobe era? Was it? It had to be.
D
Derek
Fish did a few
because
years because Ron Harper was starting at the 1.
That makes sense.
And then I'm
Because
trying to think.
he's been there forever. Like he was there since like
Oh yeah, it's always been
past
Derek Fisher.
2000s.
Because you had the Derek Fisher, you had Ron Harper, and then when they lost to the Pistons, you had Gary Payton as your starting point because Gary Payton and Karl Malone came.
They also had some Jordan Farmar years.
Oh,
Jordan Farmar was
Jordan
nice.
Farmar had that high off the glass mid range jump shot at
Jordan
6'1".
Farmar was so good
So cool.
at UCLA. When I remember he got to the league, I'm like, he's a backup. Like I thought I was so young and naive. I thought Jordan Farmar was gonna come in and really get shit cracking.
Andre Miller at least when he played
I
with the
think of
Nuggets.
him as a starter.
Yeah,
I
I
did
did
think
too.
of
With
him,
the
but man, I
Nuggets,
think of him as
he
a
was
starter.
cold.
when during his later years when he was with the Nuggets, yeah.
I was rewatching. Hey, this is one account on YouTube. The name of it is Whatever Man. And maybe this is bad for me to say aloud because maybe YouTube takes. He's got like 400 random NBA games on his YouTube channel in full. And one that I watched recently was the Portland Trailblazers versus the Utah Jazz. And it had, the lineup had LaMarcus and it had B. Roy. It had Miller. The 5-man, I don't remember who it was. But on the other side, they had a rookie, Wesley Matthews. So I guess that'll tell us what year it is if we knew what year Wesley Matthews was on.
So Darren Williams was on that team.
Darren Williams is on that team, AK-47. Carlos Boozer was starting at the 5 because
Mehmet
Okur had just had a baby.
Okay.
So he was starting
Paul
at the
Millsap
5
at
and Paul
4?
Millsap was at the 4. And I'm like, damn. Like that team was so fun. Like that one game that I watched between Brandon Roy was cooking. And again, you just don't see a lot of Brandon Roy. You might see highlights here and there, but like a full game of Brandon Roy and a full game of Boozer at the 5 was just interesting because the spacing was just different. Even though Mehmet Okur had the jump shooting, he still was more closer to the basket. But with Carlos Boozer, they basically had him and Paul Millsap sitting on like like a horns action most of the time where they were just sitting at the elbow and Darren Williams is cooking off. Man, it was beautiful. And AK-47 had 2 chase down blocks in that game. Like, yeah, that's on brand for him. That's on brand.
I remember when they started spazzing, Paul Millsap and Carlos Boozer, they was like, what are we going to do? And I saw that they said, hey, Boozer, you can kick rocks because we like this Millsap dude. But I remember Millsap came on the scene out of nowhere, and I'm like, he is killing. He went to like Louisiana Tech or something, came out of nowhere.
Well, they was talking about it on that broadcast.
Killing.
Like, the Utah Jazz have a great eye for talent. Paul Millsap in the second round, Wesley Matthews undrafted. And I'm like, that's 2 really good pickups.
And they had another guy who was supposed to be really, really nice. His name was Almond Morris. And he went to like Rice University, like a small university, but he was really, really good in college. They drafted him, and
What position?
he was a small forward. And I don't know what happened. I think Almond Morris might have been he was a first round pick, 25th pick, out of Rice University. He in college, he was really, really nice. So when they picked him up, it was like, oh dang, like that was supposed to be one of those ones for them. It just never really materialized into anything, unfortunately. But I wonder if he's the year. I wonder if the year he was drafted was that the year that they also got like Paul Millsap in the second round. Let me see, 2007 draft. We talking about Utah. They got somebody named Herbert Hill.
Never heard of him.
And Paul Millsap was probably either before that or after. But yeah, those I think backup point guards is like an essential position.
Mm-hmm.
Who your favorite backup point guard today?
Favorite backup today? Probably, it might be like a T.J. McConnell type.
Yeah,
That's a good pick.
T.J. McConnell's probably up there.
That's a really good pick.
It was Tyus Jones, obviously, before he became a starter.
yeah, definitely.
I've
I've always really liked Monte Morris.
Yeah,
Monte Morris has
always been extremely
I think that's
steady.
the key part of being a backup.
Yep.
Is coming in and being steady and just not letting there be like a lapse of when the starter's out.
Yep, I think that's exactly like what my idea of a backup point guard is. Literally that, being steady. When you come in, it's not a significant drop off, and if that starter has foul trouble, has to miss a game, anything, you can just slide right in there and keep everything afloat. Unless you're
Tyus
backing
Jones,
up Steph
I
Curry.
felt like when Tyus Jones was playing with Memphis, he was like the perfect backup.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for
Like
Ja,
it was
hell
almost
yeah.
he was shooting great splits, didn't turn the ball over.
Yep.
Ja out for a couple games. All right, I got this.
Yeah, they
Win
had
streak.
that streak. Yeah, when Ja Morant was out with his injury, they just were unbeatable. And that was a lot of Tyus Jones.
Mugs
man.
coming in talking about, is Ja even that good?
Yeah.
Is he even that
One
valuable?
of my least favorite parts of conversations of basketball.
No, I feel you.
It's when when someone gets hurt and then they start like the team still is good without him. But they
Two things can't be right ever in
Yeah.
basketball. Everything does mean something, but it goes. They
How
go so
good
deep.
can Alperen Sengun be if his team is just 11-0 when he wasn't in the lineup? Like, bro, please cut it out. Cut
It could just literally, it's just a coincidence that just happened.
I mean, the team was ran differently for sure, but like, does that mean that you don't give Alperen Sengun a contract because you won 11 games without him? Like, that's just assholery, if you ask me.
That would be looking too much into analytics.
But if you
in
know
the
what,
front office.
let the front office do that, please, because every other team is calling like he's available for what? That's how nice he is, man.
Because they definitely was putting him in trade packages to go get like Kevin Durant. That was
But it is interesting because him and Jalen Green didn't get extensions, which I think is like just different because every other team is like, you're eligible for it. Franz Wagner, here's some money, or who else got an extension
Kay
this year?
Cunningham got it.
Kay Cunningham. Pretty much a lot of
Scotty
people from
Barnes
that
got it.
draft that weren't free agents yet. They haven't hit
Yeah.
restricted free agency. Where the Houston Rockets are like, no, we're gonna let y'all hit restricted free agency. We do believe that we're gonna bring y'all back, but it don't make sense for me to give Jalen Green $190 million right now. We still don't personally know exactly what we have with the other 9 other young players on the team. I think it's just smart
I thought
management.
Sengun though, he stood out. I thought he was like the guy.
Mhm.
I mean, Jalen Green had a good second half of the season, but if I'm in front office, I'm not going to throw him almost $200 million just because you had a good second half of the season. Sengun was good all year.
I think it's more about
And
like
good his rookie year.
where the league could potentially go, where a player like him would have to be one of the A1s in basketball for him to be super effective long term.
Sengun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we talk about winning a championship, that type of center mode, you have to be Jokic or close to it. You just don't see those type of centers ended up winning where he has to be the focal point. And if he has to be the focal, I'm not saying he has to be, but like his game, you want to put the ball in the stands because he's so damn good. It's like if he's not going to be the all-star, the superstar type of player, it's like,
Yeah. I mean, it just takes a while. He's definitely one of those players where you got to wait.
Yeah, it's no
patient
rush.
with. Like Jokic, you had to be patient with him too, and he turned into who he is now. So
I would have
it
gave
depends on how patient the front office is.
Jalen Green. I would have held off, but Sengun, I would have gave him that money.
But it's like, it's no rush, though. You can give him the money later.
Next year, yeah.
It's not like he's going to be unrestricted when somebody could just give him the bag and you lost him.
Those are my big interesting things. Somebody that's bought into the Rockets is I am very curious to see how this year gonna look for those reasons. I was doing a stream and we got into some basketball stuff the entire stream, and Jalen Green had came up, and we were just diving into a bunch of just random players whoever the chat was asking me to, and I was pulling up his stuff and just giving my thoughts and kind of reviewing the year. And I think some of the stuff you were saying about Sengun just now, I think the same thing to an even like stronger degree is for Jalen Green. The type of prototype that he is of shooting guard is like it's gonna be a big hit or it's gonna be a big miss. Y'all know Zach LaVine is one of my favorite players that's came in the league in his time, but Zach LaVine, like Jalen Green, kind of shape up to that, where it's like he's going to take a lot of shots. He's going to take difficult shots. Some nights he's going to be cooking because he's going to hit them, but then on a consistent basis, it cannot look good for winning.
Yeah.
It'll have highlights. It'll be exciting. You'll get a poster. It's going to be fun. And all of those things are good at the beginning when a team don't have anything to kind of hold on to. But now that we see the Rockets kind of structuring their team and trying to take it somewhere, I just wonder how Jalen Green slides into it.
I was thinking about that too.
His catch and shoot numbers weren't that good. Defensively, he's not that good. And then it's like his isolation for the volume and the type of player he wants to be, it ain't like star-studded. So it's like when you take all of that, but his playmaking is below what you would want it to be.
That's what I think
where
it's
do
got to
you
be.
get?
He's got to kind of improve on. It's just the other things that's around his game. I think being a shot creator is probably the toughest, especially when you're on the younger side and you're still trying to figure out how do I be consistent in my role. But the worst thing for him is that the Rockets have 4 guys that can play his position and kind of take his minutes if he's not having the best game. But part of that was, I thought in the second season he did, especially with I thought he did get more effort on defense, and we seen even like defensive rebound, and he got like
Well, I believe he had to because remember there was games where Ime sat him.
yeah. And
It
that's
was
gonna
like
be,
you're not closing
and
out
if
the
he's
game.
not, if you're not rounding out your game, and there's other players that will do more and defend, even if they're not having a good shooting night or not, shooting well, I think that means something. You have to be able to round out your game. You can't just expect to be like, I'm gonna be that guy because I'm dropping 30 plus a night, especially when you're not doing it on no efficient way or getting close to that 30 yet.
Yeah, I mean, at least one thing, he doesn't have to really worry about playmaking. That's not something that I don't think he has to really worry about because he plays with Fred VanVleet and Şengün right now. So, like,
When we talk about playmaking, it's not that he has to run the offense, but it's just that like
decision making should be better.
the decision making, and then it's like tunnel vision, which leads to inefficient shot attempts. I'm not the efficiency police,
Yeah.
but shit is ugly when you have somebody that's wide open who you can make a play for because you are collapsing the defense, but you don't have the wherewithal. It's very Zach LaVine-ish.
Yeah.
He's just
At certain times we've seen Zach LaVine do.
he's too small to not be a plus playmaker in the NBA because he'll never be the one guard full time.
Yeah.
But as a secondary ball handler, he needs to be able to not just create for himself because he can do that, but like Pierre mentioned, there are times where you get the tunnel vision. And I think that's the next step in Jalen Green's progression because I think that he's better at it today than he was last year,
Absolutely.
which shows that like there's a world where he can eventually be that. Like we talking about him, and he's what 22 right now.
He's young as hell.
Yeah.
Like
21.
that's crazy. He's not even 22 years old just yet. So I think there's a world where it can happen, and because the Houston Rockets are not the bottom of the barrel team anymore, that might be enough to put the fire under his ass. And yeah, like Ime would say, if you not provide what we need you to provide, hell, the other guy can.
Yeah. And shout out to the front office for empowering Ime early on and allowing him to do that. Some front offices wouldn't allow you to sit a guy like Jalen Green, who they probably look at as a high value guy. So like,
I don't like that about teams.
what?
That
They
I
don't
think,
empower the
especially
coach?
when you're in a position like the Rockets were, where I think you are kind of on the come up and everything like that. But the Rockets themselves were not even stable to anybody that was like, this is our centerpiece guy.
Yeah.
And so for them to have the success they have and have like some identity, that was all kind of like Ime's. So to kind of take that power away from him being able to be like control the rotations, that's just stupid. And it's not just his situation. It's a lot of teams. It's like we'd rather just throw the young guys out there instead of like trying to be a little bit more competitive.
No, yeah, I agree. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, I think it's a great thing that we brought up Jalen Green's age. He's young. I think there is something there. It's just I think this is a very tough situation for the Rockets, and why I think it's good that they waited, because we as the basketball world, and them as well, which is why they probably didn't give him the money, we still don't have a definitive idea of exactly who Jalen Green is and how you work him into a winning situation with the Rockets. Like, where does he fall into place for them? And I'll bring up some of the stuff that is in front of me on B-Ball Index that we went over on my stream. Jalen Green, and this is all for the year, when it comes to total isolations per 75 possessions, he had 2.2, which ranks in the 72 percentile. That grades him at a B. Now,
That's frequency?
yeah, that's
Okay.
the amount.
Mm-hmm.
The impact off of that amount is a negative 0.3, which is in the 20th percentile, which gives him a D minus. So he's getting a lot of isolation opportunities, but again, he's not doing shit with them. When you go to the perimeter shooting, he shot 31% from three last year. On catch and shoot, he shot 30%. The pull-up, he shot 31%. And then in the corner, he shot 36%, but it was low volume. They don't grade him well as a perimeter shooter because for the type of shots that he's taking, he's not making
They're
enough.
tough. Them shots
And
be
it's
tough
not,
as
and he's
hell.
not shooting any catch and shoot threes. Like, you have an asterisk next to that because he shot less than 62 catch and shoot threes.
That's an insane number when you think about, because he didn't play the full season 82, I don't
Yeah.
think, but he basically played
That's
the
not
full
even
year,
basically like a catch and shoot jumper a game,
which
That's
feels
like one.
unbelievable in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when he's playing with two guys who are
No,
like,
he played a full 82.
Yeah.
He's one of the few people that played all 82 games. So he's attempted less than one a game.
But listen to this, though. This also is a thing. When you think about who he played with, the team and everything, his openness rating is a negative 1.17, which is in the 12th percentile, which is an F. which
And
means all he took was off the
That's-
dribble,
yeah.
tough
Yeah.
3-point shot.
Created for himself.
So that means he's catching it, but he's just not catching it and shooting it.
'Cause-
He's catching it and getting in his bag.
And his 3-point shot creation, he's in the 95 percentile. He can create his own shot, but he's not making them. So again, it's like because Jalen Green hasn't been the man we haven't seen to make those shots, it's like at some point we got to figure out how to make him into somebody who can coexist with others. Because if you're not going to be able to coexist into others, you need to be able to carry the offense. He's not doing that. He hasn't been impactful with the isolations. The defense, we'll give him the credit for buying in and actually trying, and he's still only 21.
Yeah.
All of these things, I agree with you. We got to give Jalen Green time. I think he could be a very good NBA player. He's already been that for his age. But where the Rockets are currently in a situation where the money comes in, this is a very tough situation, considering that you also have Şengün, you also have Tari Eason, you also have Cam Whitmore, you also have Amin Thompson, you just drafted Reed Shepard, you gave Fred VanVleet the money. The deal was short. I think that he's already on the last year of his deal of that
it's
deal.
a team option on the back end.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's really good for them. You gave Dylan Brooks the money. Like, they have bodies, so they got to figure it out, because if you are going to pay somebody $200 million, you better be damn sure, because the last thing you want to do is give him $200 or around $200. If you give him and Şengün $150 plus, and then a min breaks out, oh, man, then a min you already kind of
pigeonholing yourself.
So this is a very, very pivotal year for the Rockets, and it's a
Did
tough
Jabari
position.
sign an extension yet?
No, he
No.
hasn't.
So he's still got to get paid.
Yeah,
Jabari,
I didn't
we
even
mention
name
Jabari.
him.
We
I
But
didn't
yeah,
didn't
even
name
he's a
him.
year after them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they have so
definitely
much young talent, but when you're talking about extending guys and eventually with the second apron stuff,
Well, that's one
It's
of the
gonna-
reasons why they're trying to be heavy buyers right now. Get in another max contract, a Kevin Durant type contract now, because
you
it's
can
going to be
always-
cheaper.
For your guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just it's a very tough situation all around. And I'm not somebody that, like, again, I know I've been a little bit into Rockets Twitter or whatnot. They think people be on Jalen Green case. I think everybody it's not one player in the league that we look at and like hope he fails, but the stuff is right in front of our face. We gotta analyze it, especially when you look at the position that the Rockets are in. They are trying to get out of being a not good team.
Yeah.
They are doing everything in their power to position themselves to get better and better and better. And if you're doing that, you got to figure out where the pieces fall. And Şengün, as good as he's been, they clearly ain't been enough to reward that contract. So this is going to be a very pivotal year going forward for the Rockets, because they do have the Rockets got, so the lineup is probably going to be Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari, Şengün.
Mm-hmm.
Off the bench, you have Amin Thompson, Tari Eason, Reed Shepard, Cam Whitmore, Jock Landale,
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams,
Jeff Green.
and am I forgetting somebody? Because I just forgot about Jabari the
You
first
said
time.
Reed?
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
Reed. Yeah, they got a lot of
There's
bodies.
a lot of bodies over there. And all of them are like granted and warranted minutes, because they've all I feel like they've all earned the ability to play on the court. So like Emi's got a lot to do with that rotation.
I
And
think he
a
likes
guy
it.
like Jeff Green is probably still gonna play heavy minutes for him off the bench. He really trusts Jeff Green, especially we saw last year where he was closing out games over Jabari.
Oh, AJ Griffin,
Oh my God.
Jay Sean Tate.
Those two are like,
Yeah, they gonna be in the
Jay
bench
Sean
guys.
Tate he got his contract a couple years ago.
He did
too.
when we was at Summer League.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. AJ Griffin, that just seems so weird, man.
and he only 21 now.
And he had a good
Still
rookie
super
season.
young,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he made the all-rookie team.
He just fell out of favor with the new coaching over there.
When's-
He didn't make the all rookie
didn't?
team. It don't say
Oh,
on
never mind.
basketball.
I thought he did.
reference.
But
but he did shoot
he was
almost
really-
40% from three on 3.5 attempts.
He's
so
about to be 21 on August 25th.
he's not even 20. That's insane to me. That's a good flyer to take though, because he was
No,
traded
yeah.
for what, some seconds.
And I think when you're a coach like Ime trying to cement a type of identity and culture, I think it's good to have a lot of options, because then that's how you are able to sit a Jalen Green. If you don't have the options, then Jalen Green has to play through.
he
You know what I'm
has to
saying?
play.
Like,
Mhm.
And then if you just sitting them for a bum, now you just look like a jackass.
you're right. But it definitely creates a competitive atmosphere where everybody coming to practice. You can't really have a day off. If you're a young player in the rotation or in the lineup, and you come into practice and you ain't focused and ready to hoop, and you got a hungry Tari Eason or you got a hungry Reed Shepard or Amin Thompson, they'll come take your food.
Yeah.
You ain't come
Happily.
you ain't come focused to practice. Hey, get him out of the starting unit and put Tari Eason
It's
in.
got to be like the hardest next thing next to being like a point guard in the NBA, especially as a young one. But like being a shot creator, like all your life, you've been through high school, you just tearing it up. College, you get there, you tearing it up. In the NBA, it just don't really work out. And you're like, what do I do now?
I think
You
that's
know?
why it's important to go to college. Because
You
somebody
hear
like
that,
Jalen
kids?
Green didn't go to college.
Even if you don't have hoop dreams, take some time. Go to school.
That's a
I'm
whole
very
different conversation. But
Even if it's only for 2 semesters like the rest of us.
I think it's those shot creators would benefit from going to college because a lot of the times Coach K is not going to just let you come in and cook. And if
Yeah.
you do, it's going to have to be within the flow of the offense, and it kind of gives you some type of
Stability.
I think some people look at
Structure.
college as it can hold you back out of that, but I think it also can round your game out because they're not going to let you come in there like high school and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it has to be the route because we've seen shot creators who didn't go to college and was very, very
Oh,
good. You know what I'm
hell yeah.
saying? Lou Williams never played in college and was perfectly fine. But I do think that there could be a benefit of having a different type of environment playing basketball.
This is like the first year that he's had real structure under Ime
yes.
Udoka. I mean, his first couple years in the NBA, it was awful.
And then we say all of that, and then when Şengün did go down and they had the stretch, you
He
have to
averaged
kind of consider
33.
that. Yeah, you have to consider that
Yeah.
part of the equation too. So this is a tough little situation for Raphael Stone and Ime and those guys out there in Houston. Not a bad problem to be in because a
No.
couple years ago they did not have any problems like this.
Now they just have a surplus of talent.
Right,
So
yeah.
like at least you flip the coin, like you on the other side of it. You just got to now figure it out and put the pieces together.
Are there any other situations around the league that you maybe don't have to have the same type of stuff with Houston, but you looking at and you like, man, I'm very interested to see where this plays, how this plays out, where it pans out.
I mean, Miami's on the top of that list for me. Because they have Jimmy on the last year. Well, a year and then a player option on the end. So pretty much the last year. He's probably going to opt out. They got Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier. I don't think Bam's going anywhere. But they're a team that wants to compete, but I don't think they have the roster to compete. But I think they have some valuable assets over there that teams might want to call for. So I'm interested to see what they do with those pieces.
Where do you think they realistically could land out east? We
They're-
have a segment
Yeah,
that we'll
and
probably
they're
do in
on-
a
they're
second.
on my segment,
They're on my
too.
segment too. But the Eastern Conference the Eastern Conference in general,
It's gotten so much better.
yeah.
So they're definitely still bottom 7. They're like at the 7th seed and lower for me.
In the regular season, you think that's their ceiling, 7th seed?
Yeah.
I think their ceiling's higher in the
Yeah.
regular season.
I don't know. As long as Jimmy's still there and they got Bam, I feel like they still have a pretty competent roster. Like
I think they
especially
have-
more healthy.
Just
too.
not to compete for a ring, but as far as regular
yeah, I
season
feel like
wins,
they could be like
I
a
think they could be
4th,
high.
5th seed,
Yeah.
a 4th or 5th seed type stuff.
I don't know, because when you look like
Yeah, have you looked at the Eastern
yeah,
Conference?
look, when you talk about the top, you got Milwaukee, Boston, the Philly. I said the Philly.
The Philly.
He
The
sound
Philly
like me.
cheesesteak.
The Knicks, and then you go Orlando and Indiana. That's already 7 teams. That's already.
But again, we're not
significantly
talking
better
about who's the better team. We're talking about regular season, and
than- yeah, but
all of that
all
stuff
those
is
teams are significantly better regular season teams.
significantly
Yes.
better. This team was the 1 seed when they were healthy.
That was 4 years.
That was
ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
That was 2 years
we're in
ago.
2024 now.
This ain't the same team for sure.
But it's still not that far off from the same team.
2 years is a long time in NBA.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
the whole
I'm
East
not
is
saying that
different.
they're going to be their ceiling is the 1 seed, but I think their
'Cause 2
ceiling
years
is
ago,
higher
the
than
Magic
the.
ain't look nothing like the Magic.
Not even close.
The Pacers ain't look like this. They
I
got
think their
Pascal
ceiling is
Siakam
just
now.
The Knicks
higher
are
than
significantly
7.
better.
I just think their ceiling is higher than 7.
The
I think their
Bucks got
ceiling
Damian Lillard.
their ceiling's
The-
probably like 4.
The Sixers have now have Paul George.
So if they, yeah, I mean, I guess
I'm
you could
talking
say-
ceiling,
yeah,
not
for
saying
sure.
where I think
But
they're
their
going to land.
ceiling is still involving these other teams, and that's where when Darrick names those teams, and you look at the Eastern Conference, it's hard for me to buy into their ceiling being the 4th. That's like everything right for them, everything wrong. That's more than your ceiling, because then everything else wrong has to go for these other teams. Even at their best, I'm looking at if everybody is at their best in the Eastern Conference, they are not the 4th seed.
No,
if
they're
we
not.
just do everybody at their best, because we got. If we just doing that, no, I don't even. I agree with Darrick. If everything,
But that's not
for the top
what
teams-
ceiling is though.
That's why I say I'm taking their ceiling out, because for their ceiling, everything would go perfect for them,
My
and everything would go
only
wrong for
gripe
everybody
was
else,
that the
and that's
ceiling
just not realistic.
is higher than 7. That's all. Not that I think they were going to finish 4, but they're still like again talking about
Right,
what the ceiling of
And that's
the team is.
fine, but we're talking about the actual reality of what we think. I don't think Darrick is far-fetched in what he's saying, because when you name all of the teams, would anybody
It's a
put
gauntlet.
money that the Miami Heat would be better than how many of those teams does he name? How many?
He named seven. He named
How
seven.
many of those teams can the Miami Heat, would you realistically feel, fuck ceiling, fuck floor, would you say I'm putting this amount of money for them to be better than these amount of teams?
Like regular season record wise? Probably.
I can't see them being better than the Bucks. I can't see them being better than the Celtics.
The top 3 to 4 teams.
The top 4 set. I don't see
I
that.
agree with that.
Yeah.
But that would immediately put their ceiling at 5.
Okay, maybe they're still in this 5. Which is.
But even then, like, are they better than the Cavs? No, I don't think they're going to have a better regular season.
I think they're not a better team, but I think there's a world where they could have a better regular season record.
What you mean,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
there is a world, but what do we think?
They have a top 10-ish. Jimmy Butler's always a 10-ish, 12-ish player in the league. They have the best coach in basketball. They have the best utility defensive player in hoops, and they have other scorers around them.
I always look at that offense and say that they just struggle to score, and in the regular season, you got to put up points. They gritty, tough.
Tell that to the Orlando Magic.
It works in the playoffs, but yeah, the Orlando
There's
Magic.
a couple teams that like.
Because they got Paolo.
There's a couple teams that be like wavering that because the defense be there. It's like teams like the Heat. I think the Magic. Sometimes even
defense can win you a lot of regular season games.
Yeah, that's
put
why
up
I'm buying
a lot
into
of points.
the Orlando Magic this year. But I agree with you where they place. I do have a little bit more faith in the offense because they do have Terry Rozier again. I mean, not again, but
a lot of the younger players have that extra year.
We haven't even really seen how that backcourt of Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier is going to work. Like, we haven't even gotten a chance.
Do we know that that's the guaranteed backcourt is the question I asked when I look at their roster.
I was going to say the same thing. I think if they're not playing well together, I'm fine with changing that up. Or like, we'll find a different way to get them both involved.
When I looked at their team, based off the segment we're going to do in the second half of the show, I was trying to project the lineup, and God bless you, it's hard for me to do that when Spo is the coach because, like KB said, he is arguably the best coach in the NBA. And it's hard to predict where his mind is going to be because you have Rozier, Hero, Butler, Jovic, Jaquez, and you have Bam. That's 6 right there. Who is the odd man out? Is it going to be Jaime Jaquez? Do he look at that backcourt and say, I would like to have a little bit more defense? We can kind of substitute some defense and have one of those guys be my 6th man. So Josh Richardson, you might not play 30 minutes a game, but you're going to start the game.
They're my favorite ones.
Yeah, so
they played Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier played 188 minutes together last season. They had a negative 2.82 net rating.
Damn.
Defense was hemorrhaging.
Terry Rozier was a guy last year when I looked into his stuff where he didn't have a bunch of isolations, but when he did have it, he was going crazy.
Was that what the Heat or?
Once he got to the Heat, it was.
I felt like
rough.
the Heat, it wasn't, but like the Hornets, I felt like he was definitely on his stuff. Like,
and you would think that,
and his shooting definitely.
You would have think that because what was his statement when he first got there? He was trying to be a Miami Heat player.
I think he said something along the lines. He's finally in a winning culture or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, I made my name being a defender, and now I'm back in a place where I can do that again, or something along those lines.
Yeah. He was trying to kind of change whatever his statement let us know that he was going to try to fit in. He was trying to fit in. So hopefully with a year under his belt and whatever, they can figure out a role for him to be himself and to buy into what they want to do because you need Terry Rozier to be Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier can win you a game on an off night where the rest of the offense didn't decide to come to play. He can go get you 35 and hit a game-winning shot or something like that or have a magical fourth quarter. And I think if you have that, with this team that struggled offensively, you can be all right. But I do agree with you. When I look at the Eastern Conference Final, I mean, I keep saying that. When I look at the Eastern Conference, I do look at the Miami Heat like,
they get left in the dust.
Worst case scenario used to always be y'all get played. Now it's like,
let me change the conference up because I feel like there's another team on the other West. I was thinking real heavy about because they could drop out.
You talking about the Clippers?
The Clippers.
Yeah.
I was like. It's like 8, 9 teams. I'm like, they could be better than the Clippers, but the Clippers still have. First of all, James Harden, he just always make the playoffs. He's got that thing still going for him. I cannot deny that. And also Kawhi, you got to expect him to just be healthy for them to even have a chance. Without that, then I'm like, I
have to expect that.
For them to have a chance, he needs to be healthy.
Because they took him out of the USA, which got me a little bit worried again.
I don't know. This could be a team that's either like they sneaky just good for some reason, or it's gonna be a team that's like, yeah, they about to blow all this up in a second.
James Harden and Kawhi Leonard last season without Paul George on the court played 357 minutes. They had a net rating of a negative 1.5.
Oh.
without Paul George.
But they made some changes.
Go ahead, try to sauce it up if you want to.
I've tried to convince myself on this team. We should just dive into. We got so much.
Let's dive into our break.
Let's dive into
and
our
then
break.
get back into some hoop talk. We'll be right back.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
Saw a comment that was asking, what do they do during the ad break?
We just sit here silently. I wish it was a thing where we can like run out and
Yeah,
hit
we
the
don't
vending
actually pause the
machine.
show. We just
Yeah,
play the
yeah.
ad and just sit here and wait.
Quietly, mind you, because if we make noise or anything, you would hear it. There's
Yeah.
been times where it's like I forgot. I'm like, damn, y'all saw. Like, oh, everybody looking like you're making noise. We gonna do a stock market segment where we are buying and selling our stock and things around the NBA. These are teams, players, things. I got some super specific things that I'm buying and selling on. Because of where Mike took it, I'm gonna start off by saying this. Well, how do I want? I want to start it juicy. I want to start it real juicy. So I'm not gonna go where you just took it because that ain't juicy enough. I'm selling the Pacers. I'm selling my stock in the Pacers for a few reasons. I think they are going to be a playoff team. I think they're going to be extremely good again this year. But as Darrick mentioned before the break, when I was looking at the Eastern Conference and I was just kind of tallying up all the teams or whatnot, I started to see that somebody who had a good year last year will drop because you have Boston, Milwaukee, New York, and Philadelphia. We all agree that those are our top 4 in some order. After that, the 3 is Cleveland, Indiana, and Orlando. All teams who finished higher than 7 last year. Though the Pacers and the Magic were extremely close, they still escaped the play-in. Now when you go into the year, you project everybody to be healthy. You look at everything that everybody did. Huh?
Stay at the same record. But the
Pacers and
Magic
right?
had the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Because I think the last episode you was here, you said they was better than them. They had a better record.
And they did.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, they had the same record. I peeped that.
They won that game.
And so then when I started to figure out the last 3 or the bottom 3, the odd team for me is just the Pacers. There's no particular thing. I like the Pacers. I like the way that they play. They brought back Pascal. I love Andrew Nembhard. That's no secret. Halliburton, I could definitely be wrong in this. Halliburton can have an MVP caliber running season, and they could finish top 5, and that would just be jokes on me. But because I have to pick a team, they're just the one that I look at, and I'm like, I feel a little bit more confident in the other 2 teams.
Yeah, that's definitely a valid point, especially that they got to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to be hard to kind of remake that and everything like that. But do you say they do finish like 7th or 8th, and maybe they do end up like first rounder or something like that? Do they just automatically view that as like a failure just because, I mean, a lot of teams are straight almost just better than them, you know?
I think it depends on how the season happens because the last couple of years they've had some injuries to Tyrese Halliburton, and unfortunately for them, the way the team is built offensively, when you don't have him, it's going to be night and day, you know what I mean, for how they are ran. I think a couple of things that I do like for them is the second half of the season, they did pick it up defensively. They got rid of Buddy Hield, and then Benedict Mathurin got hurt.
Seriously, that meant a lot for the defense.
Benedict Mathurin is going to be back, though.
Yeah.
But I still think
I put sale for Benedict Mathurin.
He's not. He was a guy that I was thinking about selling. Honestly.
But it's like it's not like because I think he's bad.
No, that's
it's
I
just
feel
literally
you.
like he's about to fall out the rotation.
That's the
you
same
know?
way
I
I feel
wouldn't say fall out of rotation.
He's
though.
gonna lose a lot of the minutes that he was
I
when
get
he
what
was
you
like
feel.
a
It's hard to
20-point
figure out where
scorer
he's going
type
to be.
thing. Yeah.
That's the same thing I'm saying with the Pacers. I know Pacers fans are going to get in their feelings because that's just the world we live in. But it ain't because I think they bad. I just have to pick a team. Everybody who's an NBA fan or who does this, you're going to have
We're
to
gonna
look
have to
at
do the
these-
standings.
Yeah, you're going to have to look at these 2 conferences and say, oh, wow, this team, one of these teams is not going to be as good. And when I look at the teams, I have more confidence in the Cavs and the Magic.
So,
One
can I
thing
question why?
Huh?
About the Magic specifically? Do y'all all believe in the Magic more than the Pacers?
I think the
Yeah, I
Magic are
do
gonna be
too.
real good this year.
I just think
Like,
that
I think they're gonna be better than the Pacers.
Because especially when you can go into a game and your defense can win you a game. and
Yeah.
you don't have to have the best, sexiest offensive
You
night.
just did a 180.
You did
Because
that.
so.
He did.
Because you did that with the
I
Miami
just talking
Heat.
about how the Heat defense was so great. You was like, well, But you saying the exact same thing I was saying about
But
the
he
Heat,
also
about the
said
defense
he's a
can
bigger,
hold.
bigger believer.
Yeah, I
in
think.
Paulo
Okay.
Banchero.
I think that they offense can do a little bit more than what the.
Do you think they can finish top 20 for the first time in 20 years?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Did you not see the interview we did with Stephen A?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
He said
Talking
even
about
in the
Paolo?
East.
yeah.
Okay.
Stephen A was talking about the East. He's like, how do you feel? All these other teams got better or whatever, and they started like kind of disregarding the Magic. He said we deserve to be right there too. He said not only did we get better, you look at his ass. He said I got better
I like
too.
that.
I like
and
that.
I like that immediately
That's
about him.
that, when you said why, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
The
is
Paolo Banchero.
Paulo
is a 1A.
Banchero, because
Okay.
I look at that rookie year, I look at that sophomore year. When I first was thinking about doing this, I was going to buy into Paulo Banchero being an MVP candidate. That's why I was going to take this at first. But then I'm like, it'll just be better to talk about all of the teams, and we can have a conversation about the Eastern Conference versus potential playoff or MVP candidate. Because I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I think his name will be heavily mentioned in the conversation. Also, the Pacers got better defensively in the second half of the year. The Magic did it the whole year, top 6 at that age. This is a young team.
Yeah.
And I think if you consider adding in KCP,
and a
another
bounce back
year,
shooting from Franz.
we don't have to go that far. But
Let's
we
hope
are
for
we
it,
are
though.
hoping that
Yeah.
another year removed of Jonathan Isaac being even more healthy and maybe
Oh,
letting off the
man,
hinges
yeah.
of playing a little bit more free. You know, like their defense don't seem like it will go anywhere. I also buy into Jalen Suggs having a year of figuring out exactly who his identity is and what he brings to the table for that team. I just love what they have there. I am on record, though, to say this is not set in stone. I am very aware that I could look back at All-Star break and be like, damn, I was extremely wrong. The Pacers are rolling and doing their thing, and I just sold the wrong team. Something is going to be wrong. I'm buying and selling here.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and this is definitely gonna be one of them episodes that people gonna clip up if we wrong. But that's
A part
job.
of
My
the
only
job.
pushback for the Pacers is offensively, I think they could just outshoot a lot of teams on a lot
They
of
will.
nights. And so therefore, I think they still will probably be like a top 5 seed in the East.
yeah.
Just because
So
offensively
now,
they're just so.
so now when you say that, tell me who falls. You have to.
No.
If you're
Yeah,
pushing
yeah.
back, I have no problem with
Yeah.
pushing back. But when we name all those teams, you have to tell me who falls.
I'm not saying there's going to be a big gap between records.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is any team, maybe it is the Magic or the Cavs. Like maybe they just are the 6th seed, but it's like a 1-game difference. Like I still
or it
think
could be
it's
the
gonna
exact same record, just like last year. It
Yeah.
just
Like
Pacers
I
won
think it's
the-
going to be that close, but like I
I think it's going to be close, too.
The Pacers they could beat up on those bad teams. We've seen a lot of teams go in and like your method could be like we just blow out the bad teams, but you know.
I
But I think the Pacers can also still beat the really good teams in the East.
I
and
think
the West.
everything that you just said to make the point for the Pacers applies to the same teams. The Cavaliers won 48 games last year. How many games do you think Donovan Mitchell played?
65.
No, he played 55.
Okay, I was 10 off.
That's close though.
How many games do you think Evan Mobley played?
50.
I think he played 50 or 60. Darius Garland.
Oh man.
He missed like 2 months.
Yeah. Maybe
I think he played the most out of them. I think he
Really?
played like
Did?
67.
He
'Cause
missed.
I thought he missed.
8 weeks.
So
with that
I say
jaw.
all that to say they won 51 games the previous year. They deal with all those injuries and still won 48 games.
yeah.
Now you come back healthy, or it's hard for me to convince myself that the Cavaliers are just going to not be.
I
on
feel like the
shit.
Cavaliers, especially with the new coaching, because that's one of my buys.
Kenny
we'll
Atkinson.
Get to. I think they're pretty safe-ish, even with again poor health last season to be in the top 4 regular season team.
They're a defensive monster as well.
The reason I asked you the Orlando or Indiana, because that was a thing that was on my list of like trying to figure out, because I did the exact same thing that you did, trying to figure out where I think teams could potentially fall. And Orlando versus Indiana came up quite a bit. And I was just trying to figure out which team I trust more. Again, only in the regular season to figure out who would have the higher seeding.
Darius Garland played, what did I say, 67? He played
said like-
57.
57. I landed on Indy being a better regular season team next year. And again, it could be the exact same situation. Same exact record, Indy wins a tiebreaker. And the reason I say that is the Orlando Magic did what they were supposed to do, and they beat up on those really, really, really bad teams last season. Last year, when we talk about teams below 500, the Orlando Magic were 28-7.
Yeah, they took
Like,
care of business.
That's third best in the entire Eastern Conference, only behind the New York Knicks, who only lost 4 games, and the Boston Celtics, who lost 3. But when they played against that really good competition, they were 19-28. And again, we're talking about the third youngest team in basketball. So 19-28 and still making the 5th seed is fucking
I
impressive.
wonder how much of that is like crunch time. Like, did they just not execute down?
I
the
think a lot
stretch
of that
and,
was
like,
probably shooting too. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
against when you go against not just the Wizards, but like bad teams in general, usually they don't have as good paint defense.
That's where the
or-
defense holds you down.
Or
when you're
yeah,
going
they're
against
not
bad
gonna have as
teams.
good offense, and the defense can take it off.
But on the other side of things, if we're going against a above 500 team, usually those teams are also pretty decent defensively, but might have some more offensive upside. And I feel like that's what happened with the Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero's a fucking stud. And when the reason I asked you that question was kind of a joke, where they have a top 20 offense for the first time in 20 years. Like, that's like a real stat.
Yeah.
I think they can because Paolo is that good. And with KCP's added shooting, they can do that. But I trust that the defense from the Pacers, where if they can somehow be 17 through 20 defensively and still have 1 to 2 offensively, I think that's going to be good enough to win a ton of regular season games. And against above 500 teams last year, they were 27 and 21. So they have a higher variance, though, because offensively driven teams do. You have a bad shooting night for the Pacers, you're going to lose.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Yeah.
with the Orlando Magic, we have the bad shooting night. Hell, that's our offense at the end of the day. And I can still win those games.
Especially when you have a top 2 defense, which they
Yes.
had last season.
Yes. And they should be, well, I don't know if they're going to be number 1, but they should be better defensively with the additions of John Isaac's complete health and KCP added to the roster.
That
and just
backcourt, the backcourt is going to be
defensively,
such a
yeah.
off. That
And
backcourt
because
was
they were
crazy,
so
bro.
young, because they were so young, you have to consider the extra year.
Yeah.
When you're that young, Paolo, from year 2 to year 3 is a big difference for a young player versus a veteran who was in year 7 going into year 8.
That's
It
usually
could
the
be.
big jump. And
Yes.
he already is an all-star.
Yeah.
So
Boom.
imagine what the big jump could be for him.
And like Darrick said, in a perfect world, Franz Wagner shoots the lights out, but just getting this contract, maybe.
Get back to league average.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, get to
This-
league
He
average.
just can't shoot that bad.
But yeah, I can't remember if I got the numbers wrong. 57 games for Darius Garland, 55 for Donovan Mitchell, and 50 for Evan Mobley, and still win 48 games. They
It's
had
crazy.
that run where
Yeah.
they went 17-1
2 months is just
without
ridiculous.
half of that was without
It was
Garland
Donovan
and
Mitchell.
Mobley.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
just
Donovan
We was
Mitchell
like,
and
did
Jared
Donovan
Allen.
Mitchell deserve to be in MVP conversations?
Yes.
That's how crazy it was.
So now I look at them, and that's why it's hard for me to write them out. I feel most confident in them out of the 3 teams.
I agree.
Because it's just like they got defense, they got the star power, they got familiarity, they got a new coach. It seems like just having a new voice is going to do a lot for them. They brought back majority of the team. I like the surrounding pieces that they have, and Max Strus, Karis LeVert, George Niang. Like I
I
like
was
them.
disappointed they missed out on Gershon. Y'all was seven. I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be that last piece for them.
Yeah,
I actually like him in Philly.
He-
Me
yeah,
too.
I like him
Me
in
too.
Philly. I'm not mad at
because
either
Philly
one, but I
needed
really
some
thought,
type of
yeah.
forward
Yes.
type of big body. So
6'8", 340. Dumpy truck.
Are y'all
Is he
buying
really
into that?
340?
No, I'm talking.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Because, you see the people play overseas and be so elite. And, like, the MVP of the league last year came over, and
was
he's
cool.
the 12th man on the roster in Charlotte. Like, that,
Well,
like,
I ain't
okay,
gonna say
he's maybe 7th in Charlotte,
Yeah.
but he was 12th before that.
for sure. They
But
said the Nuggets are interested in him. That would be a good spot.
that would be a good place to be.
Yeah.
But Gershon shot 44% from 3, then 36, then 40, then 42 his last 4 years overseas. If any of that translates, and
He's
you
gonna be
saw
really good.
defensively he'd be decent,
Yep.
that's a perfect pickup for $2 million. It was really like $4 million because you had to buy him out of his Real Madrid contract. That's a really good pickup for them.
No, yeah, and then I think he can outplay that. He's definitely going to outplay that $2 million if he is shooting at that 40-some%
Right.
clip and he's giving you the defense. Now he didn't bet on himself, went overseas, and now he's getting $15 million a year. So
He also saw, like, what do we always say? That, like, you can really get an indication of someone shooting based on the free throw percentage. His free throw percentage was awful when he was in the league, and then he went overseas, and after 2 years overseas, he's like, what, an 80% free throw shooter? So the jump shot might be real, even though in the Olympics, his ass couldn't shoot anymore. So I don't know, with sample size, you trust a little bit more. But he was just in the EuroLeague championship versus Panik. I don't know how to pronounce the Greek basketball team, and I just watched the highlights from that the other day.
I can never. I don't know how to.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
I was because it's in Giannis's book
Mm.
a million times, and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's beating my ass. And I googled the pronunciation and forgot.
Let me see.
I'll go to the next
Yeah,
seller.
go ahead.
This might be a little interesting. I'm selling stock in the Denver Nuggets.
Wow. Hey, Darrick. It's on my list.
It's on your list too? Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm just based off this offseason, and when I'm looking out west, they're a team that just losing KCP just makes it seem like they just got worse. And you're putting a lot of trust in Christian Braun and Peyton Watson to take these leaps that I haven't really seen enough to where I'm like, I feel confident in them coming in and being that KCP replacement. It's going to be hard to do what KCP did when you're talking about defending the other team's guard at an elite level. He shot 40-some% from three. He didn't really need the ball to get going. He always was a guy that you could rely on at any time in the game. So I just don't know if I trust those young guys that they have to step in and be that replacement. Then you went out and get Russ. Russ is nowhere near what KCP did for you. Yeah, he can do a lot of other things.
He wasn't brought in to
If
replace
y'all
KCP.
selling,
No.
I'm buying, man.
Me
If
too.
y'all
I'm
selling,
a
I'm
buy.
buying. Like, Jokic is still too good. We seen him be an MVP when a lot of his team had injuries, and I think he's still got enough talent on his team. Even just to USA with Serbia. And we know the talent difference right
yeah.
there. And so, like, he's still a monster in himself, and he can carry a lot of teams by himself. I'm not losing KCP was big, but I'm not writing them off just for losing.
I'm
KCP.
losing them. I'm selling it, and not that they won't be a good regular season team because I still think they could be a top seed in the West and everything. It's a math problem.
Okay, Steve.
Wait, who's that?
Steve.
Steve Kerr? Oh, he said
Yeah.
this before.
He
Jason
said that.
Tatum.
Yeah, he said that about Jason Tatum.
Oh. But I meant
I
like
thought you said OKC.
Yeah,
but you said OK
okay,
Steve.
Okay, Steve. yeah.
they attempt the fewest amount of threes in basketball. And they
Yeah, they
lost
lose-
a high volume
yeah.
3-point shooter, and replacing him with Julius Strawther could be the guy. Christian Brown could be the guy.
Mhm.
We don't know. I'm only going off what I've
Mhm.
seen so far. I just don't know how they get their volume up. I just don't know. And if you're starting every game, it's the same conversation we had about the Lakers. If you're starting every game down by 9 points, it's tough. Now you have Jokic, so it's a little bit less than when with the Lakers, but it's just a math problem. And I just don't know how they replace it. Christian Brown was a low volume 3-point shooter. Maybe this whole offseason, only thing the man did is lock himself in the gym and shoot threes. It's possible. Julius Strawther looked like a man amongst boys in the little amount of time he played this summer. It's a math problem at the end of the day. And I'm not selling it like if they won a championship, I'm not saying, oh my God, it's a huge surprise. But they were the favorite going into last season. I just don't have that nearly, not even close to that same level of confidence that I had. And it's the math.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about a team like Memphis is going to be better. I think the Phoenix Suns are going to be much better because the way they added depth to their team.
So you're
was good.
you're selling the Nuggets in a regular season.
I'm just buying into the Nuggets not being what the top 3 seed. That's what I'm buying.
Oh,
into.
okay. Or you're
You
selling.
ain't you
Yeah,
didn't
I'm not
specify
saying
that.
that.
Oh, we're selling different parts of it.
What are
there.
you selling?
I'm just selling them
Not-
completely
They're-
as like
they're
a
contenders.
Yeah, I need to know what
Because
y'all
even
selling.
like
as I think
Or
that
like
there
as
are.
the favorite out west.
But that's such a low sale that it's like the West is so crazy. If I said they're not the favorites, that don't really mean anything because there's so many good teams. I'm trying to figure out where they will fall on the pecking order. If they're not the favorites, they're probably like 3 or 4 out west as far as my favorites
Would
to
you
win the
put them?
championship.
Are they higher than Dallas?
Yes.
Okay.
you have Dallas higher.
Yeah.
I think it's an argument. I just think Jokic is too good.
I do too. I think they're
Um,
still a really good team. I think we all can acknowledge how big of a loss KCP is. Nobody's arguing against that. But I agree with Mike. I think most of the infrastructure is still there. You do lose KCP for sure, but you still got Jokic, Jamal, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and I do like some of those young guys that are now going to have to come in there and try to figure out who's that shooting guard, whether it's Strawther, whether it's Brown, whether it's Peyton Watson, whether it's a combination of all three. I like the Nuggets, and I think they're going to figure it out. I like Mike Malone as a coach, and I think because they are so good, they're going to be able to handle themselves well in the regular season at the least to buy themselves some time to figure it out for the playoffs. So,
Also, I'm buying some more stock in Russell. Bounce back.
now he's on his own with that shit.
They need
Bounce
some
back
energy
from
off that-
what?
They
Yeah.
need some energy on that bench.
What is a bounce back? Because you're losing me. I hope to see Russell do good, but I don't know what is he bouncing back
He's not
from.
really bad. It's not going to be an all-star starter or nothing like that. But this is a good year from Russell.
Did he have a bad year last
No, he
year?
had a bad playoff, but he had a bad year.
Yeah, he was good last year. It was
He's
just
one of the few
playoffs.
people that I feel like cared.
I got someone I'm going to sell. He had a really good year last year. Dante DiVincenzo in his 3-point shooting. He just had all the opportunity. He was getting so many attempts, but I think a lot of those shots going to go back down with Julius Randle. Now you got to go back to with OG and then implementing McHale. I'm saying he's just not going to have as good of a year.
Are you selling his counting stats, or are you selling his efficiency or his impact? Like, what?
Counting stats.
Because counting
And
stats should go down. They have more talent
Counting
now.
stats, and I'll say efficiency too. Last year, he was literally like top 3 in 3-point shooting.
He shot 41% on 9 attempts. That's insane.
The year before that, he shot 40 on 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of see what he's
His
saying.
career, his career, he's
Well,
at 37%.
I mean, you
three-point
play the
shooter.
market smart. You sell when it's high, I guess. It could come back to
Is
bite you
it-
because it can still.
Is it high though?
I thought
Hell
from
yeah. He
last
averaged
year,
$1 million in the
yeah.
playoffs. It
No,
felt like.
I understand that, but I just think a lot of people in around the NBA are understanding that the slide piece.
The pie slice.
The pie
That's why I
slice
say
is out about it.
that's why I say it's just playing it smart. I mean, obviously the opportunity's down, but it's just like on top of that, he was just so damn good last year.
Right. So I think common sense people will just know that it probably can't go up from there. It's probably the high. You get what I'm saying? Like I think
Yeah.
I think when you think about stock,
So the
a
question
lot of
is, do
people-
you hold it while it's here? If you think it won't go up, then sell it. It makes sense.
No, yeah, I'm for sure.
Because if it won't go up, then the only thing it can do is really fall
Yeah,
or plateau,
exactly.
or plateau.
or plateau, and then
Yeah.
it just has no value to you if it's just going to be the same value. Talking stock wise.
But I just don't think The reason I'm saying you sell, but I just don't know if you got that many buyers.
Let me do this. Then.
I
Let
see
me
what
do
you're saying.
this.
I see what
Because
you're saying.
if I don't think if I'm looking at some shit and I'm thinking
All you
that-
need is one goofy.
that's all you need though. That's all you need in reality.
One of these dudes,
But for the conversation,
one of these dudes probably gonna get a little bit less minutes or whatever, less shot at obviously less shot attempts, but like Josh Harden, Dante DiVincenzo, who was
they
amazing.
both are getting less. They both are getting less of
Who
everything.
would you think is rather gonna get probably not even less shots, but like less time on the court?
Dante.
Probably
Between the
Dante.
two, probably
Yeah.
Dante.
Yeah,
But then Dante provides something that Josh Hart doesn't, which is that high volume, high efficiency 3-point
I think
shooting.
they're
think they
both.
both-
I think
yeah.
they're both losing, and I think that's why you keep them because they're going to be understanding and accepting of that. But I think both because not only did we add Mikal, Julius is
Julius
healthy.
Randle's coming back.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like they're both now are coming off the bench. That's why I'm saying like
well, OG hasn't shown us he can stay healthy either, so
Yeah.
probably minutes there.
OG gonna be healthy. I
It
would hope
sound like
so.
wishful thinking.
OG gonna be healthy. OG gonna be healthy because we don't need him to go out on one leg and try to hoop because we got Mikal now. So
Bro,
sit your ass down. Just as
That
long
was
as
crazy that he did that.
it's like,
I still remember that
it was
corner
making-
three.
shot, though.
It was
Yeah,
making a shot.
That corner three where he was like he was doing that shooting thing
And
and
he
he
was
would hop,
bouncing? Yeah.
and he did
Talking about
that.
he got his own green release.
Yeah, he gonna be healthy.
Where he was that's one of the best decoys we've ever seen. Oh, he's in the lineup, and then he hit a shot,
That was damn near.
and
on
then that
par.
was it.
I hate that. I'm not trying to compare them, but that's
Oh,
very
man.
Kevin Durant-ish. When Kevin Durant came out and was dancing and hit that
Oh,
shot
okay.
on Kawhi,
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
it looked like oh shit. I had the same reaction of oh shit. He
He
all
had,
right.
KD had like a quick 11 in that game.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, OG ain't had no fucking 11. Or did he?
I think,
OG
it was,
had
I think
like-
it was like 7.
Yeah, he had like. Yeah.
guess
Hey,
okay,
if Dante can
yeah.
replicate what he did, he needs to pay Steph Curry a lot of money, man. Because he said that the one reason he is shooting well
What
is
is
because of Steph
replicating what
Curry.
he did? Because
If he
put
can
up
stay-
16,
if he can
4,
stay- no, I'm
4.
talking about
Around
the efficiency.
40%.
Oh, okay.
If he shoots 40% again, that would be the third year in a row.
Yeah.
All of that Steph Curry, because before they was a 33% 3-point shooter. Like, that's a crazy. I would want, if I was a random role player, not that Dante DiVincenzo was going to be out of the league. He looked like a guy that was going to be there for a long time. If I had the opportunity to play with Steph and I'm seeing what he can do to a guy like Dante DiVincenzo's jump shot, I'm doing it, brother.
So
That makes you question a lot of other people who's played with him. Was Dante
Yeah.
DiVincenzo
Kyle
the first?
Anderson's next.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is
His
Kyle
jump shot
Anderson
going to be
next?
fast.
No.
What about the
No.
people before Dante DiVincenzo? Are people actually going and listening and learning?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy Hill,
You
like,
gotta be a
nah, I
sponge.
know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm. Let me show you some shit.
Buddy Hill definitely the type to be like, yeah, in the practices though, we be doing a 3-point shooter. I be winning.
when
I be winning.
Sister Dinwiddie. What I gotta laugh for?
Like, okay, buddy.
let me throw out one. Because we already mentioned it a little bit. I'm buying Kenny Atkinson. Kenny
Okay.
Atkinson / the Cavs, man. Last
like
time we
that.
saw Kenny Atkinson with a healthy team in Brooklyn, they were one of the more fun teams of basketball and one of the more offensively intricate. And they were not at a talent deficit. That team wasn't very talented. Now again, they won 42 and 40. They
Let's
won.
clap it up for Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, man.
Because he turned
Yeah.
down the Hornets job and look,
He got a better one.
This
He
is
got a
what
better
patience
kid.
does, kids.
Yeah. So I just think that they're going to be a better offensive team. I thought with JB Bickerstaff, I'm not trying to shit on him or anything, but they had an offense that was pretty stale. And I think that Kenny Atkinson
Coming from the Warriors.
has the opportunity to make it fun. and make it better for a guy like Darius Garland, whose stock might be at an all-time low, and make him be an effective player again. And he got his guy Jared Allen, who he absolutely loves. I'm buying Kenny Atkinson stock.
How do you look at the Cavs and not buy? You have Donovan Mitchell, who had a sneaky, MVP consideration type thing that we talked about. We had a little bit there. It got the worst is going to get for Darius Garland. It could get no worse than last year for him as a player. Kenny Atkinson is reuniting with Karis LeVert and Jared Allen. And then on top of that, you still have an Evan Mobley who can have a leap. And the last couple years, the next couple years, we can still sit here and be like, oh, anytime now for Evan Mobley, and he can just come out of nowhere and be like, boom, this is my team now. And if that happens, you can forget about it.
They might be missing a dynamic offense or something to make it interesting. Again, this is always Donovan
I think they could be
Mitchell.
good without necessarily a stupid crazy. I think he's just saying that offense can be better. But if they don't have a world-class offense because they're so good, they was what, fourth
And
last year?
I think part of their offense not being as good was just Darius Garland having that down year too. But Donovan Mitchell, he's one of those players that kind of evolved his game. We always talk about how he added the playmaking to his game. And not necessarily he's just a PG. It's just he knows that when that dude is helping, my guy's probably open over there, and I'm going to make that pass, and it's going to open up everything else. It's the little things that make Donovan Mitchell so damn dangerous.
He also could score 70 in a game.
Yeah they were 6th last year in defense and 18th in offense. I would expect them to be top 5 defensively, so jump up one spot, and top 15 offensive. Wait, top 5 defensively, top 15 offensively.
I think they could be top 10 both.
Yeah, as long as you get
it's
that bounce
possible.
back year from Darius Garland, offensively, you should definitely.
You can be top 10, Bill. Yeah.
Because I just feel like they didn't know what to do with Darius Garland once they decided that Donovan Mitchell was going to play on the ball as much as he did last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like them because if you have to go into a spot where you trade Darius Garland, you're going to get something nice back.
Yeah, I mean,
they were top 10 in both last year. 7th on offense, 1 on defense.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard adjustment for a guy like Darius Garland to make. He went from being the engine, the guy had the ball in his hands constantly.
And he also had a very tough injury year.
Yeah.
Let me look at Darius Garland.
In the face every fucking game, bro. He got hit in the face every game.
Before last year, what was Darius Garland's games looking like? 59, 54, 68, 69, 57. Okay.
His usage rate dropped from 2 years ago. Not by a ton, but his efficiency also dropped, and I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been an efficient guy in his career, so I'm expecting him to.
Not saying
Get
that
back
that
on
is
that.
their offense, but you think a lot of guys be struggling with that, your turn, my turn type of thing in terms of just controlling the offense.
Without
I feel like that's bad coaching at the end of the day too, though, because you should be able to have two guys coexist without it being is it your turn to bring the ball up? Is it my turn? Am I correct?
But that's
just
just
gotta
also,
be-
it's also the NBA. That's why the NBA coaching is tough because you kind of want your stars to kind of figure it out amongst each
Yeah,
other.
who am I to take the ball out of Donovan Mitchell's hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta.
But I do think as a player, you've
Yeah.
joined team with somebody on export who you also feel like can hoop, and it's me and you have been on teams, and you just was killing in the game that you lost, and I'm like, oh, I want Mike to keep doing this thing, so here, and then it's like, shit, oh, he ain't took 2 shots here, and you do, and it's like,
I think that's the importance of having a fluent offense, being able to get everybody involved, where everybody's getting touches and everybody.
I think
feels
that's a lot
comfortable.
easier said than done.
I know it just takes the right coach and the right personnel to execute it.
I think it also takes a person to just. I think sometimes having a dominant person makes that easier. Whereas
You can
This is
still
what we
be your
doing.
dominant self, but I think you keep the defense honest when they know that there's cuts and screens and everything going on, even when you ain't got the ball.
I feel that. Somebody just called me. My bad. I am selling. This is not a team or a player. This is something. I'm selling a trade deadline, y'all. And the reason I'm selling a trade deadline, it might not mean nothing to anybody else, but the trade deadline for most of my life as a kid, a teenager, adult, as a basketball fan, I've always looked forward to the trade deadline. And I feel like we're getting further away. Now, I am going to say I am thankful and fortunate for the Kevin Durant.
Kyrie Irving.
That was brilliant. That was not. I love that. I don't think we're going to get nothing like that again. Just because of how the luxury tax is and the second apron and the contracts. We just seen Larry Marketing get a contract where he can't be traded this year. And then also the salaries in the NBA. You either are making top tier money or you're doing the Tyus Jones where it's I got to take a chance on myself. and I'm gonna just go to a team that got a good spot for me, and maybe I can make my money on the next market. And because of that, it's like when you try to trade a Jimmy Butler potentially in the middle of the season, how do you make the $50 million match? Because you
Now
probably
you got to gut your roster.
yeah. So it's like it's just getting harder and harder for me to see where we're going to have like a legitimate trade deadline for people to be excited for. Now, I will say, to give pushback to what I'm saying, there still could be a little bit of excitement around the trade deadline because we saw the Mavericks get Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, which isn't like all-star status moves, but it propelled them to have the type of run that they had. But I just know me, I've always been like, ooh, we 2 weeks away from the deadline. Look at all the rumors. Look. Oh, my goodness, so many rumors. This year, they may be able to swindle me into excitement again, but I am going to come in with the mind of like, don't get my hopes up because, you know.
Yeah, I wonder how much, like, obviously you said the contracts and stuff like that.
Then we also got the part of the contracts or the new thing where it's like, you can't, what is it, aggregate culture? So, I mean, culture. Contract.
Don't aggregate culture either.
Where it's like, he can only be traded in a 1-1.
Yeah.
You can't give 4 players to match him.
I was going to say,
also,
do you think that eventually they're just going to, like, kind of manipulate some of the CBA rules to, like, lighten it up a little bit?
If they do, it'll probably be a long time from now.
You think
I
so?
think they're gonna give it like 5 years minimum to see what the actual effect of this is. Like if they rolled it back now, then everything that happened this offseason,
It would just be like
like
F you to the other teams.
Calvin Booth is like, damn, we lost KCP.
Yeah, no, that's crazy if they do that.
Yeah, so and if they do, they would probably let you know. Like this CBA, they let us know 2 years ago. Hey, in 2 years, we're incorporating this thing called a second apron. And they would probably do the same thing. In 2 years, we're getting rid of the second apron. So it gives you 2 years to prepare and put your team in a position.
That would be bogus as hell to do it right after the offseason. Like, to just
surprise. Oh, man.
I'll do
go
a
ahead.
buy-in. Let's see. I'm buying stock in G.G. Jackson.
Okay.
G.G. Jackson is the guy that I'm buying stock in. I felt like last year he played a lot of minutes because of injuries and, like, opportunity. But I think now what he's going to get coming off the bench for them is going to be very serviceable. And I think he can replicate a lot of the things that he did. I think a lot of his shots now he won't have to create himself. He's going to now get a lot of easier looks. He's going to be able to play more fluid. And I think there's going to be a lot less pressure when you're playing with a healthy Ja Morant. I think Ja naturally, just his gravity and what he does to a defense, it just makes it so much easier for a guy that is a scorer like a G.G. Jackson.
Not mad at it. It's going to be interesting because he's so used to, like, being the man.
Yeah.
And even his short time in the NBA, he was basically looked at as that because the team wasn't going anywhere. So it's like, could this 20-year-old be able to adjust? And I think that because the team projects to be so nice, it's probably going to be easier for him to kind of accept that backup role / not getting, like, how many shots did he attempt per game last year? If I had to guess, like 12?
what's y'all guesses?
I didn't even
I'm gonna
look
go
at
10.
it. I'll go.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't look at it. That's why I asked you to guess.
11.
12. 11.7.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to
He said I didn't even look at it. I know.
I had looked at the game started versus games played. I wanted to see how much he was starting last season.
Okay. But I don't mind that one at all because they're gonna need some extra oomph off that bench.
Yep, and I think he could be one of those guys.
What they got? Luke Kennard.
Yep.
G.G. Jackson.
Jake Laravia / Salty Aldama, depending on who's starting. And Salty Aldama looked decent.
He did in the
Yeah.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll give another buy-in. I'm buying Zach LaVine's stock.
Me too. Me too.
You know why? Because there's a fine line between overrated and overpaid. And people have crossed that line. Zach LaVine is not overrated. He's not a bad NBA player. He has a shitty contract. He's still a really, really good basketball player. And just because he's untraded, it has nothing to do with the talent. It's because
contract.
he had the contract and he also is coming off of surgery. And for whatever reason, people want to say that Zach LaVine is injury riddled. He's had 2 major surgeries in his career. His ACL tear came back and fucking dunked on people's heads. So that's not a problem.
Yeah.
And then last year he opted to have surgery after the Detroit Pistons rumor. Other than that, he's played 85% of his games. What player is playing 85% of his games in a 5-year stretch and has the injury thing on their name? It doesn't exist. It's lazy. It's just lazy.
I'm just buying in because I think Zach LaVine back is kind of against the wall with this on his name, and he don't really have no choice but to come out and play as good of basketball as he can. And now that DeMar DeRozan is gone, No, there's nobody there that's gonna really get in his way of what he wants to do offensively. Kobe White, you can say that.
Alex Jacoby White is pretty.
Kobe White ain't the type of guy that's gonna step on that man.
No, that's the downside of Kobe White. He's really okay.
So Zach LaVine, I think, is gonna come in and try to put his best foot forward. And when Zach LaVine is motivated, Zach LaVine, he got that mindset, man. Zach LaVine is one of them dudes. He just hasn't been able to have a winning situation because of the Lonzo injury. Because the Bulls was up. You know what I mean? I think
he could be a name that if he is playing at the level that we know Zach LaVine could play at, the trade deadline.
he could. It's
But
just
it's
that
also
that
the money.
contract
The
big,
money,
you gotta make it match.
Money is always an iffy thing.
It's just I don't know a guy that can have 3-point shooter years of 38 on 8, 42 on 8 attempts, 39 on 7, 37 on 7, and people be like, well,
I feel like a lot of those is pull-ups too. Like he does his fair amount.
Yeah,
it's just
there's a lot
the
of stuff for
contract
issues,
sucks.
Zach. Yeah.
We can all agree he's overpaid, but he's very, 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 very far away from being overrated or being not worthy of being traded for.
Just not once.
how can he be overrated?
Because
Because nobody's rating him. When the last time people have really had some real discussion about Zach LaVine, the basketball player? His name has been
2022.
straight rumors and his contract.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just what's attached to him right now.
I'm always gonna ride for my boy Zach, so I ain't going.
Yeah, same. No matter what team
My
he get
dog.
traded to.
I got
Okay,
somebody I'm buying in just because I feel like the stock's kind of low. Jeremy Sohan, from when he was kind of playing, like, obviously they had him trying to trial at point guard and stuff like that. Then obviously he went back to the bench and they had the different rotations. But I think him being back in more of a traditional spot and the team just being a little bit better, a lot of his skill set's going to be like reflected a little bit more, like the hustle plays and all that type of stuff. And then I think he can also learn a lot of those playmaking things from Chris Paul, not necessarily to be the point guard, but things like he's just a very good Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he's that good connector.
So I'm buying some stock in him after last year.
Not mad
Okay.
at that one.
Okay. Does he start?
Probably
Oh,
not.
you don't think
But-
so?
At the 4,
Four,
probably.
right?
Yeah.
Because your lineup is
Yeah.
probably what? Chris Paul,
Chris
Stephon
Paul, Devin
Castle.
Vassell, Harrison Barnes.
I don't think Stephon Castle starts.
That's true. They did get Harrison Barnes. I'll be
so.
forgetting
Maybe
about
Harrison Barnes starts if he doesn't.
I
but
think HB and Jeremy Sohan are their 3 and their 4.
And
with
Devin
Devin
Vassell
Vassell.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's only not starting in 4 games of his 130.
You talking about Jeremy?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
It's just like
I like Jeremy Sohan.
he had that stretch. I'm trying to find it in his game log where he was hitting threes and stuff, and I was like, oh snap. Yeah, it's a it's a 7-game stretch. He was attempting 3 a game. He shot 45%. I remember
That's
like,
not bad.
here we go. Here we go. It still takes a year to load up like Kyle Anderson.
no.
Well,
Kyle-
not like Kyle Anderson. I'm sorry. You're right. You're
The
absolutely
playoffs
right.
for Kyle Anderson,
You're
bro,
absolutely
his
right.
stuff was like a movie loading up.
And not a closeout in sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Y'all,
his pump fake literally looks like his jump shot too.
Yeah.
Like he's able to manipulate it to where it literally looks just like.
He's
it
got
too.
that Tommy Mahawk in him.
No, Tommy got it off quicker.
Tommy got the best the best pump fake I've ever seen is from Tommy. And that's
Yeah.
NBA, college, high school, don't matter.
y'all all put a player down. I'm gonna follow that up. I'm buying on a career year for RJ Barrett.
I like that.
Career year. Okay, I like
Career
that.
year for RJ
Like
Barrett. Since he was trade, if you look at his numbers traded with the Raptors, they would have been a career year, but because it wasn't a full year diggery, we gonna translate it into
You not just add that suffix to your dig. Your diggery? That's crazy.
What you projecting? Like, what's considered a career year for him?
I would
'Cause
say
last
about
year he gave you 25 and 3.
now look at the Toronto. That's
It's like
about
24
22,
and eight.
6 and 4.
21,
6
4
and 4.
assists, and then he gave you 6.4 rebounds. Yeah.
What he reads stats is insane. So yeah,
I was
give
just
me
going
that.
down the stats.
I
Or maybe I was looking at his last 15 games. Because at one point it was 24.8. And that might have been just his last
Oh
15
yeah,
games.
it must have been because it definitely wasn't the full season.
I'm not mad at that. I've been
Whatever.
flip-flopping between him and Emmanuel Quickly for my most improved player this upcoming season. I feel like it's going to be one of the two.
for MIP.
Mhm.
You know who my money is? He's somewhere here. He was in the running this year. I think he's gonna take
Kobe?
it. No,
Ah.
that's a good one though. Jalen Johnson.
Mhm.
I think Jalen Johnson was good last year. I think he's going to be even better. He's my most improved player.
I'm not mad
No
at that.
DeJounte Murray, him and Trey, the new stash in Amari. Give me Jalen Johnson.
I'm buying stock in someone else.
Okay.
Who I think can give your boy Jalen Johnson some work. I'm gonna go Cam Johnson. Cam Thomas. I mean Cam
Oh,
Thomas.
Cam. Cam
Thomas.
Oh,
Give my boy some work.
I'm just talking like in a running for the
Cam
MVP.
don't want no smoke.
I just think he has the ultimate
He
green
does,
light. He
yeah.
has so much opportunity. He
Is he
gave
averaging-
22 points a game
Yeah,
last
that's
year.
what I was
he's
gonna
averaging
ask
30,
you.
27.
What's his average?
He averaged 22 last season.
And that's with him having games where like coach just set him after 12
yeah,
minutes.
It was 22, 3, and
No, I know
2.
what he averages.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what does he
Oh,
average?
what does
this
he
year?
average? With all that opportunity, I think he can get up to 25-ish, 26-ish. There's just no one that can really take the ball out of his hands.
26, 2-2.
That's fucked up. If he averaged anything less than 4 assists, we got to have a conversation. 20, 25, 26, 2-2 is nuts.
I just what my fear with him, and
Is there anybody in the league that's averaging 26, 2-2? No, right? Because anybody that's have the ball that much to average 26, they're getting
MPJ
4.
would if he got the 26.
Yeah.
You got me there.
MPJ definitely would.
If he would. No, he would get at least 4 boards.
He'll get one of those where somebody contested, so he kind of dished it out with the bailout.
and he only dished it out so he can cut, think he gonna get it back, but the person shoot the ball.
Yeah, I don't. Who in the hell in the league is nobody in the league that averages 26 is giving you 2-2. It's just not. It's
I
not.
wonder what's the highest amount of points averaged with the least amount of assists.
Look at Latrell Sprewell's game log, please.
Let's see.
Something like
But
that.
he's gonna have rebounds.
Oh yeah, true, true. Especially when he trying to get him himself to get his triple double. My fear with that though, Darrick, could he
What's
have
that?
a Jordan Poole type shit? Jordan Poole got the ultimate green light.
But they
Nah.
just suck.
No, because I think we saw a lot from him last year when he was starting. It was like, maybe this dude should be starting. Like, I don't know.
That was all. We always feel like.
I think there's been a little bit more of a better eye test for Cam Thomas than it was for Jordan Poole. It's like Cam Thomas was already playing in a situation where he was a little bit free, but Jordan Poole was playing behind Steph Curry, where it's like, and there's a lot of structure over there in Golden State. So now we saw him go to a situation in Washington where there is no structure, and he's got the ultimate green light. It's kind of like a whole new learning situation.
Since his name came up and it's on my list, I'm buying into.
I'm
Jordan
buying
Poole's
it too.
Second
I'm
year,
buying.
it's
I
on my
like
list,
that.
so I might as well
It
just say
was on my list just because it's got to be at an
But
all-time
Pete,
low.
this the only thing
Yes,
that's
you
like
know.
this the only thing that's holding me
The
back
penny stock.
is he could have a good year. The Washington Wizards gonna be
That's-
so, but like I
That
feel
ain't
like
problem.
it's gonna be hard to gauge if it's just like
No,
routine, like
it would have been if it was the first year. Because it was so bad last year, would not be hard to gauge. We need to see him just have success on that team, and that'll give us
I
some
want to
type
see
of.
some leadership. Like he
You
telling
got
one of the young
leadership
guys
ain't
like,
something
"Hey,
that
get
just-
to the right
He
spot." I
gotta
need
play.
to see
He
that
gotta
from him
play
this
well
year.
first.
You got to
cannot-
look at the clipboard when his coach is drawing something up to be a leader.
But
And
listen, KB, last year was so damn bad. I'm praying that was
do
like
you
a
expect
wake up
it-
part of
call.
the
for
reason.
him.
do you expect it to be better?
A little bit, yes, because it
You
was
like
so
you
damn
like
bad.
John Wall crying to Sam Cassell.
Oh, that's exactly
He
what
said
just
gonna be
came to my
bad
mind,
next
too.
year.
Gonna be bad next year. But in order to lead, he has to play at his fullest potential. You can't be out there with 12 points on 3 of 16 shooting, talking about get
But
to your spot.
Again, 3 of 16, but if he calmed that down a little bit, maybe he only like 5 for 11.
There's
5 for
no
12.
reason.
He need
Even
to-
when he played for the Warriors, he wasn't calm. You think he's going to calm himself down now?
Maturity, KB.
That boy Steph Curry got ejected from a game for throwing his mouth guard because Jordan Poole did some stupid shit.
Yeah. Jordan Poole was clowning with him after the game too. He had threw
He
his
didn't
mouth.
know- yeah, he didn't know.
threw his mouth guard.
Yeah, what a moment. I'm gonna buy Bam Adebayo the shooter stock.
I can't.
From March 13th to the end of the season, Bam Adebayo shot 14 of 28 from 3. That's pretty good. The previous 54 games before that, he attempted a total of 13. And then he got to the Olympics, he shot threes as well. I'm not saying he's going to be a 40% three-point shooter, but he should attempt a 3 a game finally.
I would hope so. I mean, it's there. He
Can we
has a
bet
nice-
on that?
He has such a nice
It's a
mid-range
nice
jump
look,
shot.
right?
Can we
It's a
bet
nice
on
look.
it?
Yes, I
I'll
would bet
bet.
money on it.
What's
I'm
the
going to say he
cover?
attempts 1 a game for the entire season.
I'll take the under.
Okay, what's the bet? Like, what's on the table?
A Bam Adebayo jersey.
I don't want a fucking
Does it-
Bam Adebayo jersey.
A jersey of your choice. A
Okay,
jersey
work.
of the other person's choice.
Because I know you be sweaty. Shake on it. Okay, cool.
He had to think about if he wanted a Bam jersey too.
Oh, jersey of your choice is a good one.
Upsell at the small.
Because I'm about to get one of those. Did you see those Kobe ones that just dropped on Mamacita Foundation?
They
All right,
raw?
That's
I'm gonna look at
please
it.
look it up. It's a Mitchell Ness collaboration. They're reselling for like $900.
Damn.
So
What?
the Kobe jersey that they just dropped with the Mamacita Foundation,
Oh, okay.
clean.
That's what you want for Mike?
That's what I want. And I don't want the retail one. I want the resale one.
He
So
said if they do
900.
drop one, you can't wait.
No, don't get the second drop. Get the first drop for 900.
900 though.
No, I don't know what they're going for. I know that they are getting resold, which I hate, but
I can imagine spending 900 on a jersey.
I can.
It's a jersey.
Yeah, if I get, I was just joking about that, but if I were one of the lucky people that won that auction, I would never wear it. I was going
I
to
would-
wear it.
I
It's a
would
Kobe
frame it.
jersey.
No, yeah, for sure. It's definitely not one of those jerseys you wear, but you put it in like a frame. I just don't think I love a player that much when I'm spending
That's
almost
fair.
a
If you got a
band
game
on
worn
jersey.
jersey, would you ever wash it?
No.
Fuck.
I need it to smell like the player that I got
Yeah.
it from.
I'm not
And
gonna
then
smell
they
it
was doing
anyway.
the case.
Oh, you're not going
Yeah.
to smell it?
Yeah, it's one of the-
D'Lo had went to Anthony Davis' house, and in his house he had his jersey they wore during the championship. And he was like, I haven't washed it. Like if you open it up, it smells like shit.
Well, no, if it's my own jersey, that's a little different because I know what I smell like. I would wash that one. Give it to the team manager at that point because it won't shrink.
Yeah.
But if it's a LeBron, you washing LeBron jersey? Be
Hell
real.
no.
Hell no. And you're not even putting no cover over so you can smell it throughout
What
the
if you
house.
what if you got access to go in the locker room, right? We had credentials. And you go in there, you like, Bron. No, you go in there, you just walking, you ain't saying nothing to Bron because you don't wanna. And Bron like, hey, I know y'all, I rock with y'all show.
Here's a sock.
And he give Darrick his arm sleeve. He give KB his jersey. He give me his shoes. And he like, damn, I ain't got shit for you. The only thing I got left is these draws. What you said? You said nah, or you like fuck it.
And be like, let me get your dude.
Not draws.
The do-rag.
Not draws.
Let me get the
Compression.
do-rag.
Compression.
No.
Didn't Jordan's draws sell from when he won a championship one year?
Let's find out.
You fucking lie. You would take LeBron compression.
I'm pretty sure they sold at some point.
You know what? I feel like he's not too far off.
No,
but I don't
I-
know if it was literally Michael Jordan's
Bro,
draw.
it was literally the draws. His draws literally sold, I think.
Yeah, it was from one
Michael Jordan worn undies sale for $2,784.
That's
I saw
it.
that too. You ain't off.
There's no reason to buy Michael Jordan.
That's a
boxes.
good $2,000 though.
That's why I said that's it though.
Who
I feel
had
like
him?
That's it though. It's crazy.
if you just got it and just like, bro,
But did they wash them? Does it smell?
I don't think you washed
Does
those.
it still got the smell?
if I
Why'd you say it like that?
The Jordan junk.
Because you got to
Talk
prove the
about
authentic-
Michael Seeker's
You gotta have
Michael
that
Seeker
authenticity
stuff.
to it.
What do you do with it? You
Hey,
just
he
frame
is-
it? I'm
he
gonna
is
You
on
frame
some other
it.
shit.
You frame it.
talking about
Yeah,
you gotta
you
have the
gotta frame it.
authenticity.
You got to frame it.
do ball juice? That's a bit too far for me. I'm sorry.
It say that in the thing?
No. But
Who
I'm just
said
saying.
that?
I'm just saying in general. Ball sweat.
Yeah.
I'm not
Ball
buying
juice is
like
crazy.
a jersey that smell about some sweat. I'm cool with that. You start get to the undercarriage, pass.
That's why I'm like Darrick. I'm not a fan of nobody that much.
But for $3,000,
I'll take some socks. I'll take your
I
jersey.
wouldn't even
Interesting
take
story
socks. I
right
wouldn't
there.
take no socks.
I'll take your
I'm such an anti-feet person, man. I can't do
I'll
it.
take
bro.
socks, jersey, shoes.
Think about
arm sleeve.
LeBron feet on the beach. You remember that picture?
Oh,
You remember
But what
James Harden feet?
No.
Yes,
James,
I remember
James
that
Harden
more
got
than
the
LeBron
worst
one.
feet, bro.
They shit worse than
yeah.
Bron?
Bro, it looked like
athletes.
I
feet,
trust you 'cause you the foot guy.
they feet be looking bogus as hell.
My feet
I
look
got
bogus.
So much cutting.
Yeah,
and,
so much contact and like hitting and getting stomped on. You just they just getting beat up.
Yeah, KB, his stuff.
I don't.
messed
Please
up,
don't.
bro.
Do not flash your phone. Everybody. Do not show me. I don't want to see it.
Do y'all think y'all have good? I don't have.
No,
I
I
don't
don't,
either.
have
No,
good
I
feet
don't
at
either.
all.
But I ain't got Bron feet. I ain't got good
got-
feet, but I ain't got Bron feet.
Yeah, my feet a little hard at the bottom.
Hella
You can
hard.
get that fixed, bro.
Well, he just got his first pedicure this year. So
Oh, true.
he's long behind.
Yeah, you got to go like every day for like a month.
I,
Catch
I
up.
only went because my girlfriend begged me to go.
Have you gone since then?
No.
You only went. You should go. Now I'm not saying you got to be like Darrick and post it
Much
and tell
needed.
us and show us and do it like the women do it, but you should go.
Yeah. I just don't be
just,
wanting
just
to
for
go.
the just for the heart. The thing about
No,
I
I need to push some of my cuticles back.
I solely go for the cuticle stuff for my fingers, but the bottom when she pull out that cleaver and
The cheese
last
grater,
time
the
she
cheese
did,
grater,
last time she
Ah, that's such a nasty visual. The cheese grater.
that's what it kind of is like.
Be
Oh.
having to get it off, man.
She
that
had
dead
to,
skin.
she put that elbow in my shit last time. I'm like,
Do you
go
not
ahead.
lotion your whole body when you like bathe?
Not all the time, no.
Oh, park.
I literally,
Park.
literally be having to put lotion on my feet now because my shit be too dry.
Every time I shower, I'm lotioning up everything. You lotion your legs and not your feet? Or you just
Yeah.
not lotion your legs then?
He don't put no lotion.
I lotion when I'm going out. Like if I take a shower
Damn,
and then I'm going to
dude.
go lay down, I probably won't
Dude, that's such an important part of my household.
lotion.
Like
I got lotion everywhere.
just
I got
making sure
cocoa-
that
I
your
use cocoa butter.
your skin is hydrated
Yeah.
and moisturized is so important to me. It's just like, do you want to look 40 at 40? Do you want to be all pruny?
Do you have like a face routine?
No.
I would
have
you don't
face
even
wash,
wash
but
it.
I would
don't-
recommend
La Roche.
That's the expensive shit, but I got some
the
of that.
Pharrell.
Yeah.
I got the the vitamin C. I put the boom, boom, boom,
Oh, yeah.
boom. rub it
Pharrell
in.
got a Pharrell got a
Like
brand.
Pharrell?
He got the human race skincare. I got it from Nordstrom's.
Mhm.
It's expensive.
Or
But it
some
got
CeraVe.
It got the three,
Mm.
the what's it called? The 3-step thing.
3-state. Yeah, okay.
You decent. Do that every day.
See, I always have face wash and stuff. I just don't use it.
I have
I
to.
don't. It's not always in my regular routine. To you, like I'll use it maybe like once a week type thing.
I
Yeah,
have
I
to
use
because
mine
I
every
get
day.
ingrown hairs when like the beard starts to come in that I have to like shave or whatever. I don't know if it
think-
calls to shave.
I
don't
think it's
have a
just
lot,
because
but-
when I was a kid, or like in my high school days, I never really got like bad acne or anything like that. And so like I was fine without no facial routine or anything like that. And so it just carried over. So I don't really take care of it as much as I probably should.
they
When I
tried to
was
give
in
you a
high
free
school-
facial and you said no.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school, I used to get acne from drinking pop. Like pop used to
Damn,
make
that's
me
why I don't-
that's why I don't drink a lot of pop.
it used to make me break out so bad.
And pop be good. Pop is not good
Yeah.
for you, but pop is good. But I'll be like,
That shit
nah.
when it's your mama pop. And it's
Literally, I go to my mama.
that cold,
that-
You
it's
crazy.
every
staying
time
cold
I
in the
drink pop,
refrigerator.
it be from. I go to my mom's crib and she got a cake. I don't know. That's way too adulting for me. I don't buy cases of no damn pop.
yeah, I don't. At
But-
some point, it's like it's too much.
Yeah, I
pop.
just get one. Yeah, I just get one for myself or something like that. But and the pop I like is the worst pop. Like I like Tahitian treat. There's no need to buy a case of Tahitian treat or grape Fanta. That's just too
I
much
love
pop.
me some like Crusher Fanta.
Yeah,
Like that's my.
that's not the good pop to buy a case of. So, but I feel you. That's why to this day I'm very pop is
As an
damn near
adult, though,
liquor.
it hasn't really. It doesn't break me out at all. Actually, I
Oh, you
haven't
said
really
pop?
Huh?
You said pop?
Yeah, it doesn't break me out no more.
What else y'all buying or selling?
I
You know
give
you ain't
another one.
buying no lotion.
We talked about it a little bit earlier. I'm selling the Clippers.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm selling the Clippers. I was looking
Go
at
ahead,
the
I'm gonna
West.
order this sub.
I was looking at the West, and I was kind of thinking like, who's the teams that potentially drop out, especially with Memphis coming back, and then obviously the Rockets were right there last year. I think the Clippers drop, and I mean we're just gonna add teams in there. I'm gonna sell on the Warriors too. I think those are teams that could potentially fall out.
So I'm a rebuttal on that just because you looped in something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm selling the Clippers. I'm also selling the Los Angeles Lakers. And on top of that, I'm buying the Warriors. I've convinced myself last night and this morning that I'm buying the Warriors because I think Steph Curry still has a lot of great basketball to be played. I
Shoulders in
think
the Olympics.
I think Draymond Green should learn
I'm
after
selling
of
on
last-
Draymond Green.
I think he should learn.
I'm selling on Draymond.
That's the good weed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That definitely is a weed cough, and not a I'm choking cough.
I think
That's the Luke
Draymond.
Skywalker he's smoking on.
I think he's smoking on that San Diego Padre, fresh off the plane. But I'm gonna buy into Draymond not having like no All-Star year, but I just think that him being on the floor means a lot for them. I like the depth of the Warriors: Anthony Melton, Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins. I think Trace Jackson Davis, AirPods, Curry, Draymond. I just think they have enough there. And because no Clay and the type of year they had last year, that it's easy to buy, I'm a sell. I think a lot of people are going to buy. I'm a sell. I think they're going to be a lot better than we expect.
No, you mean it the other way around. You said you're gonna sell. You
I
meant
said
to
a
say-
lot of people are going to sell. Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think Draymond
Flip it
has
for
an
me.
suspension
You're
this
gonna
season?
buy. Everybody else is gonna sell.
Does he have a
My guy.
suspension this season? Yeah. Yeah.
No,
he
I'm going to
does.
say no.
Nah.
I'm going to say no.
I mean,
He gonna get
A
mad.
suspension?
Yeah.
he's got to do something dramatic.
He's going to get some
again.
text, but I don't think he gets suspended.
A suspension.
How many
that
did he have
literally
last year?
guarantees like a
Twice.
fight then, right?
Twice? Yeah, no suspension.
He gonna have an issue. It's gonna be some altercation. He really get into it. Kind of like the Rudy Gobert thing or something like that.
Rudy Gobert and Nurkic. Those are the two times he got suspended this year.
It is so crazy.
Just
he gets
especially the
suspended,
team.
Maybe they should shut their mouths.
Team not gonna be that good. He getting older, still gonna be playing the center spot.
But that's
at
why.
35
But
years
that's why I'm
old.
on the opposite spectrum because I feel like the team is going to be able to be decent as long as he's playing, and if he understands that based off of last year, then him being on the floor is them being a chance to be a bottom playoff team versus him being suspended again. That team is playing no playoffs lottery. And I thought I heard him speak on that last year of like this past year was a failure because of me. Now he did have some crazy statements about the year before. But ain't nobody want to come to work. The vibes was off. Yeah, because
you assaulted one of your teammates.
you hate me. The young up and coming guy.
Oh hell no!
For some reason, I was walking.
He
I
said
was
he got
walking
his
into work.
contract. I couldn't celebrate with him. I just felt bad about it.
For some reason, I'm walking into work and everybody on pins and needles. Shit made me frustrated. I almost held off and slapped somebody. But no, I think Draymond and the Warriors are going to have a better year than we're anticipating. So I'm buying it. I'm only I'm only selling the Lakers because it's, as KB and Steve Kerr said, it's a math problem. He said it to Donald Trump. I'm gonna say what Steph Curry words are.
Oh, he did do that.
Yeah.
You ain't seen it. You just,
I didn't see it, but I knew he was performing.
he actually
or
did
talking.
this.
That's insane.
As the great Steph Curry would say to Donald Trump, night.
That it was.
I was like, what the am I watching? This is
That's
why
politics.
Yes,
in
this is why I be
2024.
telling people, hey, you follow politics? No, because politics is what is this? There's somebody in the world. I'm passionate about basketball and rap, and when I see rap have stupidity and mockery and bullshit, it irks me. And I know there's people who are really into politics and they see this stuff turn into reality TV and they be like, damn it.
I'll be talking to my girl. I'll be like, how much do they be paying these celebrities for these appearances? Like they just not showing up and doing this shit.
How
for
much
free.
do they have to pay you?
Nothing. I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not. No,
Big politician, D Mill.
no, I'm not. I'm just
But me
saying I
to
wouldn't
go
do
up
it.
there,
Okay, the price is different depending on the party, I would assume, right?
Yeah, for sure.
there is no price for the
But,
Republican Party.
Okay, I was trying to see.
There is no
I was
price.
just trying to see.
Matter of fact, I'm lying.
I'm
a
telling
price.
you,
Yeah,
people
they-
do have prices.
yeah,
There
man.
is a price.
They'll definitely pay you something crazy. They really want you to come on to the other side just to get your audience.
We make good money. I'm comfortable, but I'm not in a position to turn down some money that would help my family. So if Trump came with $7 million, no, because let's be realistic. What y'all think them people get? What would you think somebody like
That's
Steve?
a good question. I
Because they
have
ain't
no
getting
idea.
$7 million.
Steve Kerr might not have got paid for it. I
He
think
might
it's something
not.
he's
He might
passionate
not.
about.
See, I'm not necessarily passionate.
So like
Right,
Megan Thee
about-
Stallion, how much y'all thought Megan got paid to do what she
That's
did?
that's a good one.
Would-
But she also performed too.
Would 300,000 be too much?
I have no frame of reference.
Right, I don't
have no
either.
frame of reference.
I don't want to
After
sound
what
like
I saw what Snoop Dogg was getting from the Olympics, I have no idea what people get paid now.
But I mean, I understand that.
Bro, to me, I be thinking like in the grand scheme of things, with like that top 1%, like that money don't be real, bro. Like they be having so much damn money, but it's also do they want to spend and give away that money?
So I'm gonna go back to your question. There is no price for Trump and his folks.
because it would be too high, and they probably not gonna pay you.
The money that I would need to do anything on that side, like Darrick said, they're not paying me. I need
You
five.
need at least 7,
I need 5.
5 mil.
Yeah, I need $5 million.
Oh, okay.
I don't rock with it.
Trump got it.
Make America great again. America was never great, so I'm not rocking with it. So I need 7 or 5. I'm gonna say 5 because the floor is 4. You know what I'm saying? What Kanye say? Reach for the stars, so if you fall, you land on a cloud. I'm reaching for 7 to 5 so I can fall on 4. And then I'm gonna be like my boy in Breaking Bad, laying on a pile of money
Yeah.
with a
with Vale Crawford.
Lavelle Crawford, and it's gonna say, and in the background, I posted on Instagram, I'm gonna have that YG featuring Nipsey. You know where I'm going with it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, he ain't tapped in. It's that. No, let me stop. You gotta tap in the music. You don't know what the YG featuring Nipsey is?
Mm-mm. Have I heard it before?
Yes. I'm gonna send it to you while KB gives us one more thing he's selling.
For the second year in a row, I'm selling Brook Lopez.
I have him on my list too, bro.
It just has to catch up to him eventually, right?
That's the most hated shit I've ever
pissed
heard.
me off.
Because if somebody said that about Chris Paul, yo has to be up here like, you bogus as shit.
Hey.
There's someone saying it about LeBron.
Yeah.
They've
That,
been saying it
that
for
would
a
make a
long
little
time.
bit, that would make a little bit more sense. Yeah.
Brook Lopez like a year younger, 2 years younger, and not as great of an athlete as Bron.
You don't
was
have to
talking
do
about-
shit.
They was talking about Brook Lopez, and again, I thought this was this gonna be the year that maybe they like experiment more with like Giannis at center and stuff like that. Because Brook Lopez is getting up there in age, and his effectiveness at like at least even trying to step out is just not there
Full
no
drop,
more.
yeah.
They was like, nah, Brook Lopez is one of our core pieces. He's here to stay.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's gonna be as effective as they think he's gonna be.
I'm playing the age game. Another thing I'm selling is the Boston Celtics core centers. Porzingis out for the first couple months.
Yeah.
Al Horford, 1,000,000 years old. Father Time ain't treating everybody like LeBron.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about Al Horford now has to play an increased amount of minutes. That's usually you want Al Horford playing around 22 minutes a game. Now you're 10.
I'll take 25.
Okay, that's a good. Let's give him. But now you actually play 35, 36.
And it's Luke Cornett on the
Yeah.
other side. Like,
But
it's
on the
not
flip-
going to matter too much.
I was
for
gonna
them.
say on the flip
Yeah.
side, you got Jalen
And they
Brown.
have Xavier Tillman too.
Yeah,
true.
And on the flip side, you got Jalen Brown in the water with a dumbbell and a basketball, so he's gonna have another good year. Jason Tatum was disrespected. Derrick White, Drew Holiday. So if there is a team,
I like underwater photo shoots.
me too.
I think they always come out.
Muhammad
really cool.
Ali
Yeah.
set the tone for that, but yeah,
Didn't
I
Joe
like it
Kim
too.
Noah do it too? Pretty sure Joe Kim had one as well.
God, I'm gonna
when he
look it
was when he was with the Bulls, where he was working out in the water.
Hey, okay,
Oh hell yeah, I know what FDTV.
okay there.
The abbreviation messed me
put
up.
two
he
and
did.
together,
Yeah.
Yep, he got them weights in that water.
Yeah.
But his don't got as much aura as
It don't have the
Brown's.
aura.
Oh. He probably have a professional photographer.
I don't even know if this was like before he had a good seat. What year did he take these? Is this?
Hey, he was a Nick.
Oh no!
Not a good sign. Not a good sign.
He.
Ugh.
So does that mean it might be a
28.
regression?
Oh,
Shout
man.
out to somebody like Joe Kim Noah, man. Somebody who gave it they all every time they was on the court, and because of that, the back end of their career kind of was tough.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe Kim Noah, man.
That
Somebody
man was out there playing plantar fasciitis.
right.
Could
And
barely
then,
run out the court.
then he had to plan. How you say it?
Plantar fasciitis.
He had to plantar fasciitis his ass out the league after what he did with the Knicks, taking that money. How much we pay him?
A lot.
Wasn't it like
Yeah.
70 M's?
It's a lot of
70
money.
M's?
But I still got love for JoJo. Back to back at Florida.
Shout out to
under Billy
Memphis.
Donovan.
Memphis and the Clippers giving him another chance.
I had liked the little stint with Memphis. I was fake buying into it for whatever reason.
I was, because I was a super fan.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I was buying into it. I don't remember the Clippers.
Yeah, he
I
played
do
with
not
the,
remember the Clippers one. Damn.
Probably didn't play that much, but
5 games.
he definitely played.
Anything else you buying or selling?
Yeah, I got
With them thick ass Ethica draws you got on?
one guy I'm buying stock in is Dyson Daniels. I
Okay.
think he's in a great situation, man. I thought with the Pelicans, it was so much talent there. It's kind of hard for him to stand out. There's so much going on. I think now with Atlanta, now he gets to go into a comfortable role where he could defend. He's a big guard. He has the playmaking tools. He does a lot of different things on the basketball court that essentially doesn't have to be scoring. And I think that's something that Trae Young needs next to him. A guard that could do a lot of the other things, but don't really need the ball in his hands to stand out and thrive. And I think that all can be just like
Can I
a
ask you a
good thing
question?
for Atlanta.
Some of the same things that he needed to do in New Orleans, he's probably going to have to do here.
He don't need to shoot that. He's
Gonna have to
He's
make
gonna have to
shots.
be able to shoot the ball.
Yeah, but I think now there's more opportunity. So like shooting is a lot of times rhythm. So like now he has a lot more opportunity, a lot more shots. He's probably gonna start.
He's going to have to shoot the ball, and he's going to have to get to the rim and finish and not be like Alonzo Ball, where it was like every time you're driving to the rim, you're kicking it out.
I think there's gonna be a growth offensively
Okay.
from him.
I think if
with
anything,
it.
I
I,
hope
think
so, 'cause
that
I like
like
his game.
having the defensive assignment as a defensive player, I think that kind of gives you that energy and like
the mojo.
it
Yeah.
gets you into the game easier.
I
I
hope
think you're
so.
trying to find a rhythm.
I would love Atlanta to be a sneaky good team out east just to add to the conversation. I like
Yeah.
Trey. I like Jalen Johnson. Dyson Daniels would be nice. You still got Capella and Double O. You got Richard Shea. So, yeah.
I got Sacramento Kings on the buy list, by the way.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't know to what extent.
I was about to say.
I was gonna say,
But
yeah.
I didn't
Are they
specify my
back a
Golden State
playoff
Warriors
team, I
one,
guess?
so-
You saying a lock for the playoffs or a
No,
play
no,
in?
well, hell no. I would never say lock, but back in the playoffs is probably what I mean by buying. I thought that they got pretty unlucky last season. Now the year before that, they had the ultimate injury luck, and then so it made sense that it regressed a little bit to the means.
All life needs balance.
But I think that I was diving into it. They were number 3 in total transition offense last season, but number 20th in efficiency. I feel like that number is just they're gonna weigh each other out a little bit more. And in the half court, they struggle kind of, and then now you have DeMar DeRozan to kind of alleviate some half court stuff. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, but enough to put him on the list.
And DeMar gives you that security blanket, at least if you do have injuries to your core guys. That like DeMar is showing that he's an Iron Man and he can play through it. He can play a lot of minutes and he's gonna play a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
So at least he gives you that security blanket there.
Like if they can somehow propel themselves back up to top 6 offensively while maintaining 17th defensively, that's a really good basketball team. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. It's going to be tough, obviously, but I buy in it at least a little bit.
I'm excited to see DeMar in a different role. Like I'm interested to see how his game translates now, playing now in a situation where he doesn't have the ball all the time. So I'm very excited to see that because now he's playing with Sabonis and Fox, which are usually the primary playmakers, and DeMar was the highest usage rate on the Bulls. So now he really is going to be a big adjustment for him.
He's already working with Sabonis. They were in the gym yesterday. I saw that on Instagram.
Hey, look at that. They working on pick and pop?
2-man game.
If DeMar don't do nothing, he gonna lock in with his teammates and get that work in.
For
man.
sure. See, he's locked in with the Bulls players still. He's not even here no more.
Oh, Dalen Terry still rocking with him? Okay.
How many 3-points he attempted this season?
Good question.
It should go.
That is a great question.
It should go
100.
up, right? Because
I'm
he's
gonna
going to
say
be off the ball
100.
more, right?
I'm going to say 100. I still don't.
How many attempt last year? Was it 100?
I think it was a little bit more
like
than 100.
45.
No, I thought he was attempting. Actually, I don't remember. Because we
We
did
had
talk
this
about
For
that.
the
conversation.
23-24 season, he attempted 225
Okay,
three-pointers.
so way over.
Oh,
So let me say
It's not gonna
more
be
than
100.
that.
Yeah, it's going to be more than
I'm going to say more.
I think
Over.
But they're going to specifically be
where did
corner
we look
threes.
at? And it was like 45. Oh no,
that
that's
was a
when he.
that was a couple.
Yeah,
when
that
it
was
wasn't
when
he was
three,
Spurs,
we were
first year
shooting
with
as much.
Spurs.
They made him take a bunch in Toronto. Then he was like, "No, I'm getting back to me."
But yeah, the corner three is his. He could definitely make the corner three because it's shorter and it's like that long mid range jump shot he loves. So
Yeah.
I think Mike Brown gonna do a good job putting him in that corner.
Any other things y'all buying or selling? Or are we wrapped
Last
on NBA?
2 things, I'm buying into Trey Mann having a breakout season finally because he was
I wanted to, bro,
Shelved.
I wanted to, but you know what held me back? I was like,
so many guards in
Norman
Charlotte.
Powell, if he touched that right,
No,
like,
Trey Mann.
Oh, you
Hornets.
said Trey. I don't know why I thought you said
thought you
Terrence
said Terrence
Mann.
Mann?
I thought you
No.
said Terrence Mann.
Mr. Sketcher?
Yeah,
Shout out to.
but I
Mr.
was
Guest.
like, somebody on the Clippers got to do some type of step up. But Trey Mann, it can still happen.
OKC, he ain't had no opportunity now with the Hornets. And then my last thing that I'm buying, fellas, something that we all benefit from. It's going to be so damn good to have All-Star Weekend in a warm weather place. We're going to be in San Francisco, so I'm buying all the way into that because the last few years, it was Indianapolis, it was Cleveland, it was
Chicago.
Denver. Oh, no, that was Utah, I mean. Utah wasn't actually that damn cold.
No, it
whatever
was
reason.
actually it was actually
Yeah, it
nice.
was
It says that in February, the average temperature in San Francisco is 61 degrees.
I could take that because
Yeah,
in
it's
here
probably not snowing.
Yeah, it's gonna be snow.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that. And in Cleveland, it was a damn near snowstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chicago was -4.
So yeah, we'll take 61.
And then in Charlotte, it was rainy the whole weekend. I don't know if y'all remember
Yeah.
that.
It was a little warm though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlotte was nice because we had that Airbnb.
What
Yeah.
a great time.
That was
you
the only
on that
Airbnb
grill?
I ever stayed in, but it was a very nice Airbnb.
It was worth every penny.
Come on, let's get another
I think
B&B.
I didn't pay for it.
Let's
so
get
I don't
another
know.
B&B. Let's get a mansion and
You know,
invite
it's-
Florida.
Rent
invite.
Steph Curry's. No, rent Wiggins because he's not gonna be an All-Star this year. He's gonna be on vacation.
Oh, okay. Be all in
That
this.
would be crazy.
Be all in this shit.
NBA
making
players
reels,
today.
reels and TikToks like wigs. I'm in your jersey. I'm in your.
Mike just
bet your
sniffing all the frame
jersey.
jerseys to see if they would gain more.
Yeah, he ain't watched this one. Nah, this is a replica. I know how those smell.
Oh man, you know you can rent out Chris Bosh's house
And
Childish
which one?
Gambino.
in Miami.
Oh, the one in Miami?
Yeah.
Gambino
I remember
shot
when
a short
I remember when
film.
Scottie Pippen's one was on Airbnb. for a
But
little
when we
bit.
talking about what
Yeah,
HOH
we tried to
rent?
get it. It was like for $1,
They
like
was
for a
like-
vlog.
They was like, that's
Yeah. Wishful
Is
thinking,
it still
buddy.
available, or did he sell it?
No, it was only for March Madness. It was like for
Oh.
one day during March Madness. His house is kind of shit though.
Does he live there? Is that why it's
I
not?
I
have no idea.
hope not if he
But
put
he
it up
was
for
on
$1.
that one thing that do the tours of all the famous people houses.
Oh,
He was on there a few years back, and it's the same house. Unless he did some renovations, it's
I remember Jordan's house was put up for sale.
It's still on sale. Nobody wants that house.
Apparently, he doesn't either.
Yeah, facts. It's a lot of
Literally
money.
just spoke about Airbnb.
You got mad?
Yeah, we was supposed to go to Disney with one. Yeah.
Sheesh.
As we speaking about Airbnb, I opened Twitter and his girl is on there tweeting about Airbnb.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
got like an
That's
ad.
just,
Yeah.
No, it's just kind of crazy.
Last
the
thing
odds?
before we get out of the NBA talk, ESPN's staff is predicting the 2024-2025 season. I want to just share the results with y'all. Who will win the MVP? Take a guess at who got the majority of the votes.
Luka Doncic.
He sure did. He's number one with 48%. So not majority of the votes, but a lot of damn votes. Jokic 2, Shea 3, Anthony Edwards 4, Giannis 5, Joel 6, Tatum 7, Anthony Davis. Whoa.
That would be interesting to see a guy.
Cool to
get more
hear his
MVP
name get
votes
some
than LeBron.
recognition, but I doubt it.
Yeah, LeBron's gonna because if they're good, LeBron's gonna get a lot of those MVP votes.
Ja got 2 votes and Kevin Durant got 1 vote. Who would win Rookie of the Year?
Reed Shepard.
Reed Shepard got 62% of the votes.
Wow.
Then number 2, surprisingly, Zach Edey. Donovan Clingan in 3rd. Stephon Castle at 4. Rob Dillingham at 5. Sars at 6. So Richard, the number 1 and number 2 pick are tied for 6th place.
I think the number 1 pick's kind of hard because Atlanta already got some stuff there too. But I feel like with the other guys I mentioned, like Clingan, Edey, like they just have a role already carved out for them. I feel like it's gonna be easier to kind of like implement themselves.
Who would win DPOY?
Vic, I saw this one.
67% of the votes is Victor Wembanyama. Then you got Rudy Gobert, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis, Mikal Bridges, and so on and so forth.
Damn, no E. Mobley?
E. Mobley got 3 votes. He's tied for 9th with Alex Caruso and Jaren Jackson Jr., which is funny.
Shout to Caruso.
I like Caruso, but come on now. Pipe
Jalen
it
Brown
down.
got a vote.
for
Okay.
DPOI.
For DPOY, this feels far-fetched. For
Are we
DPOY,
ever going to see a wing win it? We saw a guard, Marcus Smart.
he
Oh,
is
Kawhi was the last wing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6th man of the year.
6th man of the year will
TJ
probably go
McConnell?
to Malik Monk.
Malik Monk is number 1, but tied with Alex Caruso.
Okay.
He would have to be the Iggy type thing. He's not going to put up no crazy counter stats.
No.
Yeah.
Nas Reed is 3rd, Jaime Jaquez 4th, TJ McConnell 5th.
So they think Jaime Jaquez coming off the bench. Okay.
Most improved player.
It will they look at it different. We were saying Jalen Johnson, all that. They probably say Anthony Edwards, John Morant.
You're not too far off.
Paolo Banchero.
Nope.
Um,
Keep guessing great young players. You're going to get there.
Halliburton.
Keep guessing great young players.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Keep going.
Jalen Williams.
Chet.
Keep going.
Vic.
The Vic.
Oh,
Oh.
Year 2 Vic, according to ESPN staff. Tied with Jalen Williams. 3rd on the list is Kobe White, then Cade Cunningham, and then Cam Thomas.
Oh, Cade Cunningham would have been a good guess too. That's definitely.
Yeah.
Coach of the year.
So Vic is essentially going to win MIP and DPOI in the same season.
That's what they say.
His votes for MVP should have went up there. Coach of the year.
Oh, Kenny
Mark
Atkinson.
Dayton.
Daynall's number 2.
Number
Atkinson's
1
5.
will
Atkinson's
probably
5.
be Nick Nurse.
Nurse is number 6.
Okay. Who the hell will be number 1?
Former Coach of the year. He's already won it. Weiss,
Twice?
I think.
Joe Mazzulla?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say what the hell?
I think he won it twice. I'm double checking right now.
Eric Spoelstra?
Nope.
Eric Spoelstra ain't never won it. What the
No,
fuck am I
which
talking
is
about?
fucking
crazy, too.
disgusting.
How can you be known as the best coach in the league but never win Coach of the Year?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Coach of the year.
Yeah, this
Coach
guy
of the
did
year.
win it twice. He won it once here and once there.
Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
Oh.
Damn.
Tom Thibodeau.
Who won it last year? Thibodeau?
No, Thibodeau won it in 2021.
The first year with the Knicks? Who won it
Last year,
Mark Dayton.
he sure did. That's how little that fucking award
Hey,
means.
Taylor Jenkins, he might be in there too.
True.
Right. You know, you can win that award and get fired the same year.
He's
so you
also
never
a
know.
really, really good coach. I like
Yeah.
Taylor Jenkins.
He is.
All right, that's all the awards that they've got. They got some other articles here, like which team would make the biggest leap.
I guess Memphis is number 1.
Memphis is number 1. Which team would tumble the most?
The
The
Warriors.
Clippers.
The Clippers are number 2. The Lakers are 1.
Damn.
Told you I'm selling my Clippers and Lakers, man.
First time All Stars.
Ah.
90% of the vote. Don't overthink it.
Vic.
Vic. Yep. Which star would make a biggest impact on this new team?
Paul George.
Paul George is number 1. Superstar to request a trade next.
Steph
Jimmy
Curry.
Butler,
They
Jimmy
putting
Butler.
superstar very, very lightly, by the way.
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Oh, Get the fuck out of here.
Watch your
superstar.
mouth, bro.
But Jimmy Butler's on this list at 4th.
At 4?
That means something. That means
Wait, who's 2?
Zach LaVine is number 2. Not a superstar.
Oh.
At least one person was like superstar. Then I'm guessing Jimmy Butler or Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was Steph.
That's it for the NBA stuff. Any
Y'all got any unplugged?
unplugged?
We can get into some unplugged. What's I thought about something.
There's a new game that just came out
Recently.
that I'm so excited to play. When I get
Which
home.
is what?
I don't remember the name of it.
Is it like a story mode game or is
Yes.
it like a sport game?
No.
So,
It's single player?
Yes, from as far as I know. Let me remember the name of it real quick. But
is
it's
it like a PC game? Or
I
like
think it's on
Xbox?
everything. It's Black Myth Wukong.
Why are you looking that up? Let me
He
put
just
in my
found it. It's Black Man Hookah.
let me put in my reminders. I gotta have my conversation with my girlfriend in a few days about
About
this 2K.
Is this her first 2K
No,
cycle?
this is the second one.
Okay, so
but
she
you know, you
kinda-
gotta remind her.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I might have
true.
to have a conversation with Penny.
This is my 10th 2K cycle, so there's no
You know, you gotta
conversation.
remind her because once that 2K drop, she got the whole house. She's single for the whole week.
For at least a week.
Because I'm gonna be in that room.
Single for the week.
As far as he gonna be on the game type shit.
She ain't got
Sit down, Penny. Like, listen, I know you ain't understood this in your life yet, but Dad
Them
got
long walks,
a
I'm married to
12
the
long
game.
drives.
So,
But saying she basically single is kind of crazy though.
there was a,
okay, not to that extent.
Okay.
there was a
Right.
tweet about like
My obligations is gone for the week.
Are you gonna be heavy streaming or you just gonna be gaming?
I'm on that. I'm streaming out. I'm streaming the whole time, bro.
what you gonna be streaming. Yeah, we got
We do got our sponsor stream.
Oh yeah, we
how,
do.
how fast you think it's gonna get into
The
having the
tournament?
runs? What, bro?
Bro,
It got to be at least a month or two, right?
No,
No,
they gonna
it's
be,
not gonna
they
be a month.
in
It's gonna
his
be like
chat
a week or
asking-
2 weeks. It's
I
gonna be
don't
like a
know,
week or
it's
2
gonna
weeks.
be days. Y'all are tripping. The first day niggas is gonna be like, when are we doing the runs?
I know they is.
Did you just ask in the group chat?
Yeah, I put in there too. I was like, y'all trying to run again in 2K24. I was like, when the runs is, and I ain't checked the chat back, but I did put a drop time.
Runs will be decent on the first day. Your dude is gonna progress so good. Everybody's a 90. Everybody's a 91, 90.
Yeah.
Not me. 94.
We
first
might have to get a
24 hours.
format if we got 40 people in there for the single one game elimination.
What are some things in y'all lives that give you like this amazing nostalgic feeling? And the reason I'm bringing this up because I seen a tweet and they was talking about mixtapes that ain't on DSPs like Apple and Spotify, and I was like, I understand I want some of those things to be on Apple and Spotify as well, but every once in a while when I gotta go find it, it's such a good every once in a while nostalgic feeling to go to like a live mixtapes to go have to find that project or that song. And that made me want to ask y'all, is there anything that y'all don't do as much, but every once in a while you still
Definitely, I mean, close to that was SoundCloud, you know, especially because SoundCloud, I feel like a lot of my times where I was liking songs to put in my little playlist, that was probably like high school or times where like I was in the kickbacks with them. So I can relate that music to that type of time
Yeah.
period. And it's like, damn, like that song might not be as good as I thought it was back in like 2017, 2018, but I'm like, this shit means something to me a little bit because it's like, I remember where I was when I first heard this or when I was like in a vibe with my guys and we all in like listen to it, you know?
yeah.
Some for me is, I don't do it often, but like going to the movies. Like,
Yeah.
for some reason, sitting in the theater, if you got your thing of popcorn, your soda, it made me feel like I'm a kid again. Like I'm sitting in the movie theater just watching a movie. Like
I
as
feel
an
that.
adult, I don't really go to the movies often. And I did it so much growing up because when the movie came out, you had to wait a month in order to get it on DVD or whatever. So
Yeah.
you had to go catch it in the movies. And so like when I do catch a movie, I'm like, oh man, it feels like I'm young again a little
Are
bit.
you a soda guy or you a pop guy?
Like, do I say pop?
Mhm.
I say pop.
You just said soda. That's what you surprised me. That's why I asked. You did
Oh.
say you said your popcorn and your soda. I was like, oh, he said soda. I felt like he was always
Maybe
a
I
pop
do.
guy.
Maybe I do switch it up sometimes. Just not even know it.
Yeah.
But I'd mainly say pop.
Right, I feel that. I don't know if I have an answer to your question, P man.
Certain smells, I don't know.
100% smells.
I don't
but
know
I've
what
mentioned
it
that
is.
before. That certain smells give me nostalgia. Like
For
The
sure.
smell of a CPS school, like I don't know how I don't know how to explain it. But
how
like
many
it
CPS schools have you been in your adult
my
life?
school, at least my school that I grew up in, like
Like he said, when the last time, or you saying that smell, you be smelling other
yeah, I
places.
can smell it sometimes, and I'm like, ooh, it makes
Do I
me
have
think
metal
of-
detectors?
Do I have metal?
Did
Yeah,
you
I
have?
Oh wait, no,
When-
no,
when
no,
you
no,
were in
we
high
didn't. No,
school
we
or-
didn't. No, we
Okay.
didn't. Did you?
Hell yeah. Clear backpacks and metal detectors, baby.
Damn.
No, we didn't have clear backpacks.
and uniforms.
I ain't had no.
We had
didn't have no-
uniforms.
I
Yeah.
kinda had
Everybody had Hitman uniform, but I didn't have no metal detector,
some. And when I was a kid, I never understood the uniform thing, but now as an adult, I completely understand the uniform.
especially in those environments.
But
yeah.
no, I
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to think like that, like, because I mean, obviously there's gangs and stuff, but the gangs from our place, they were not colored coordinated. It was mostly like
you don't have it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you don't want kids to get made fun of. They're wearing the same shirt
for sure.
Oh,
twice a
yeah.
week,
Be-
but the
and
same
that's-
shirt in the uniform is nobody pays attention to.
But in that environment, you finna get your ass roasted.
Yeah, so it made sense.
Mike
They
got
don't
that
really-
little
Actually,
ass
I
hat on.
appreciate it because that one day you had what did they call it? School Spirit Day once a month. You
You
can
got
wear
to wear
whatever
whatever
you
you
want. You
want.
got your best fit off.
But
boy.
see, when I went to school in the city, I was still young to where it didn't apply to me.
Mm.
So I never wore a uniform. But the rest of the school, the upper levels did have to wear. But it was like a light blue color.
We had light blue shirts and then navy pants
We
and
had-
black shoes.
Yeah, we had white polos.
Don't you
but
dare wear white shoes to Lovett Elementary back in the day. You're going home.
It was white polos, navy pants, and I think shoes, they had to be black.
Yeah,
They just had to be black. So,
it's a weird time, man.
You know what
I'm
else is
assuming they still do
nostalgic?
that.
When I play my Switch and I play Grand Theft Auto and I type in the cheat code,
Oh, like you manually type them in.
and
That's
give
so
me
fun.
everything, bro.
I'm so mad they went away from that.
Chico?
You talking in like
where
the
you,
updated
where you,
game?
Yeah, where you have to
Oh, I'm
like
about to say
because you
I'm-
press pause. You got to go to the menu in some games if you're gonna use cheat codes. I like when you just L1 up down
Yeah.
boom boom.
And you could
Now I
still
got a
do
grenade
it.
launcher.
Literally, I think it's what is it? GTA San Andreas, and I be having CJ load it up. I blew Dana because she ain't know you. Cause I'm like, nah. She thought they couldn't work. No.
Nowadays, and they
Rocket
got it where you got to call
launcher.
Lester to get rid of your stars.
Right,
yeah,
You
you
used
used to
to
be
be able to jam that in real
Bro,
quick.
when they
And Lester was on some bullshit back
yeah,
in the
that's
day.
a little his jaw.
Take a little time. You got to be in the right spot,
His jaw big.
and you have to pay him.
Yeah.
and his jaw big.
Talking about, all right, I'll see what I can do.
Right.
I used to be like,
He ain't
Lester,
doing shit.
get them pants out your ass. Tight pants said. Big ass, nah, he wasn't even wearing Skechers. Big ass New Balance. Talking about some, I'm on it, boss.
Shout out Sketcher though.
I'm on it, boss.
I used to really get paranoid whenever I got stars. I used to like panic for some reason.
Derek, you are crazy.
Whenever you got
mean?
what?
I used to panic when
GTA stars.
Yeah.
Like
That-
real life.
That means
Oh.
you stopped at every red light.
No, I ain't stopping the but like if I did something wrong, like if I hit a civilian and all of a sudden there were stars, I'm like, oh shit. And I kind of like will freak
I
out.
think that when the next GTA come out, if you stream that shit could take you somewhere, boy.
But mind you, we just did something where he said he would want to live in GTA world. though.
Right.
Oh, by the way, because I was saying this on my stream, I need credit.
For what?
I need credit.
What you do?
Not really from you too much, but from this side of the couch.
What you like a 454? Like how bad do you need credit?
Bad.
Damn.
The
For
reason
what?
I said this, we was talking about it on stream. Hey, Derek, bro, you are one of a kind, man.
Y'all be coming to me with stuff, and I'll be like, I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Can I say I've been streaming for like a month. The most viewed clip that I have is when we were on hole 9 and you missed the ball off the tee.
He said, fuck, he screened out.
No, because they cut it so perfectly where you hear the contact you hitting the ground and the clip just cut off. And it's so perfect.
Oh, when he kept missing?
Yes, bro. Okay, finish your story. I'm gonna show you this clip, bro. So
but in the
funny.
stream, we was just talking about clips. He made like a little video or whatever. And I was just saying like how the podcast wouldn't be what it is without you and Mike having some of y'all moments. And they started talking about some of your moments. And I'm like, the stories, I'm like, I need credit, chat. Because some of these stories, you give us a jab and it could be done. But I'm always picking at it. No, wait. Before we switch the subject, why you tell your teacher no? And then you be like, I said no in my head. Or I just randomly be like, I got my gun and my boopers and I don't finish the lyric there. And you be like, because I shoot crack.
You know what I was laughing about like recently? I don't know what, like, we was talking about this person and it just made me laugh. But we was doing that draft and he had the first pick. He said, Michael B. Jordan.
Shit like that. Like, your moments be so hilarious, bro. I love your storyteller, man. Darrick could tell a story 5 times and every time a new thing
a new
get added.
piece is added.
new-
Yeah.
For years, we thought you got jumped for no reason. For years.
Even I tweeted it.
for
Yeah,
years.
he did tweet
Turns
that.
out he was bullying the kid.
He was bullying
Not only bully, he said he slammed the kid on the concrete.
Wait,
because he was new.
Right.
yeah, it's for no reason, but he was a new student.
Oh,
Yeah, because they're
I was-
always like, new fish, new fish. Yeah.
Then we found out he was like he had his boy with him, and his boy had left while
Ran
he
on
was
him.
getting jumped.
You still remember dude's name?
Yeah,
What was his first name?
D.
Do you have him like on Facebook or whatever?
Nah. I don't know what he up to now.
What do you need your credit for?
I think he's saying from
Picking-
getting the stories
Picking
out.
at the
Oh.
store.
He's saying y'all would have never did that.
Oh, okay. I feel that. I
You
feel
thought,
we
man,
just-
my real credit is A1.
same. What about you? Took too long.
Yeah,
Shit credit.
bad credit.
How?
No
what
credit.
did you do?
Hmm.
What did you do to mess
His
up your
mama
credit?
had the bills in his name.
Basically, something like that.
You sound so depressed.
That is like all-time bad parenting. Because that happens to kids, unfortunately.
It does.
And then now they 18 and they can't they can't
no,
get
I
student
just
loans.
seen some shit like that.
Trying
for
to get
real.
that first car, and it's like, we got some bad
Your
news.
credit is 24.
So you're buying a 2002 Toyota, but your car payment is going to be $900. It's like, damn.
Bro, one thing that makes me super sad, sometimes I'll scroll on TikTok and I end up on car TikTok just because there are some cars I like and then I dive into them. Where somebody has like a used car salesman and they like, I just got this guy a big deal. Tell him what you got. And they got like an old car and their payment is crazy. I always feel so bad
Yeah,
because people be falling for that stuff at the used car
I know.
dealership.
It was a post like that. This
Right,
girl,
you paying more than me.
This
and I
girl
got
had
it.
got like a Honda. It was like a 06, 07. She paying like $800 a month.
Oh
I'm,
my
damn.
goodness, bro.
She could go get her a Benz.
But
Those
yeah,
used car dealerships, they just accept you.
Elena just got a new car.
What'd she get?
She got.
What's the license plate?
I can't say all that, but she got a Chevy though.
She did?
Yeah,
Dana did too.
Yeah.
It's like a truck though.
A crew?
Yeah.
Like a truck?
it's like a SUV crossover type thing.
That's what's up.
So I got to get me a new car.
So that means, I don't know, your family just got a new car too.
Yeah, we did.
Damn.
So is it Angie car or is it your car that's new? Because you
I
talking
mean, it's
about
hers.
you talking about, yeah, we did.
It was so crazy trying to explain to her because she wanted a new car, but she kept being like, I'll just stay with my car. Like, she still was making payments, and I was like, if the dealership thinks you're going to get a car, they'll buy that car off you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. But she was talking about, like, it still runs and everything like that. I'm like, you don't know how many problems. Like, you got your gas light engine, or not the gas, the check engine light on, brakes going away, the wheels you're going to have to replace. Like, you have to put all this money. You might as well just get the new car at that point. So she ended up listening. She actually got a new car, so that was kind of dope.
The dealerships, they just gonna lowball you on your car and sell the parts, depending
Yes.
on how old it
Bro.
is. So like,
Even with like when I sold my Tesla, they tried to low
We went to the dealership.
oh, you negotiated it?
Hell yeah.
That's
We went to the dealership, and this didn't really matter because, like, I've been to dealerships before. I know that they're gonna try to downplay your car or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you can't drive home in your car. Like, you need to get a new car type shit. Like, they've said that shit to my mom before.
That's crazy.
Type stuff, and I really feel like they be doing that to like women or whatever. But the dude that told Elena, he was talking about her old car. He's like, can I be quite frank with you? Your car is a piece of shit. Like, I was like,
It was a
damn.
Kia Soul, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it a piece of shit?
It was old. It was old. But I was like, damn, that's how you going now?
Anything to sell the car. The craziest shit ever. One of my best friends, Tavares, had got a new car, and he wanted this specific color, or whatever. But when he went in to talk to them and they started negotiating, it got to a late time. So the bank, who was going to do his money or whatever, the loan,
Your finances. Yeah.
the bank had closed. So Tavares like, hey, I'm gonna be here early in the morning. Gonna finish this up. Wait for the bank to reopen because I'm getting this car. He said him and the dude shook on it. Tavares said he called the bank as soon as he wake up in the morning. Then he called back to the dude before he head up there. They had sold the car that fast.
How?
And Tavares came in there or was talking to the dude like this. I know Tavares is bad. He said, "Bro, what happened to integrity? We had a handshake deal. Like, what happened to a man having his word and integrity?" And the dude was
Because if you don't got your word, you don't got nothing.
I'm doing the same thing I do to Darrick. I'm asking about a question. Like, I'm like, bro, was it immediately when you woke up? Like, was it the morning? Did you wait? Did you try to like? He said, no, bro, I didn't go into work or nothing. Like, I was first thing in the
Damn.
morning to get this taken care of. He like, bro, you understand how fast he had to sell that car? He said, I didn't give him no chance to. I'm like,
They
bro,
do
that is
usually take like at
crazy.
least an hour
Right.
at most
Yeah,
for
he
you to sell a
he
car.
said that car was gone.
Damn,
Yeah, that's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's me.
Didn't
Some of
even
them
get-
there had to come in and pay cash for that.
Didn't even give a
Yeah,
didn't even
something
give
like
a
that.
chance. He didn't even say wait. The motherfucker came in
Yeah.
and said, "You want this car? I'm selling this car hot fresh. I give you a deal for this car right now." I was like, man, that is crazy.
Because when you
bro.
buying cash, you can get that shit for like a lot less than what it
That's-
is. You can get it like for price. You can get it like a $20,000 cut depending on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you
That's
got
always
cash.
been my thing. If I could, I would, and I did for like
Oh, you did?
all of the cars that I've owned except for the first one.
Okay.
So you got the pink slip in your shit?
What the hell are you talking about?
The
The deed?
Yeah.
Oh, it's purple, but yeah.
Oh.
They
But
used
they
to
call
call
it the pink
slips.
slip, though.
They
Oh,
used to.
that's what they call it?
They're
Okay.
purple. Yeah, they're purple.
Yeah, they're
now.
purple, yeah.
yeah,
But I
definitely
always
called
do
pink
that.
slip.
Because I sold the Tesla because fucking hate Elon Musk, and I refused to drive around in his car. And then I got the new one, which is the Escalade,
Mhm.
and they tried to lowball me on the Tesla. I'd have been to Kelly Blue Book, and they were offering me way less than that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we just gonna walk away. Like, there's no way. And the threat of walking away was enough for them to bring it
Oh
up.
yeah.
And then they found out I was trying to play cash, and then that also brought the price of the actual
That's
car
great
down.
now.
So like,
Yeah.
Ended
When
up
you,
working out.
when you say, hey, I'm gonna go look at this other dealership.
like look, I have a Model X, right? I don't need your Escalade.
Yes,
My Model S is
exactly.
running perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't need this car. We're just here, just to see.
They go with it. That's the greatest tactic in anything, because it's real. This is
Like,
what
yeah, I
want.
really would walk away.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good.
I was not stressed about
Yeah.
getting that car at all.
That's the best. That's the best tactic right there. With anything,
And-
literally
yeah.
anything. How much you want for that, or how much you trying to give me for what I got? Oh, I'm good.
Again, though, I was talking to Atlanta, and we was there for like maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
doing like
Weren't you there
everything.
for like 8 hours?
And yeah,
Yeah.
she was like, because the dude we're doing a finance on it or whatever, and Elena's talking to the dude, and he's like, yeah, we're trying to get you out of here as quick as possible. Like a lot of times people be here for extensive hours for like no reason. He's like, some people be in here for like 8 hours, and Elena's like, ain't that how D Mills was? And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's because they kept the negotiations kept going back and forth, and eventually we got what we wanted. Because I even Googled like how important is the last day of the month to dealerships, and it said that's one of the most important days of the month. And we it wasn't strategic,
Mhm.
but like we just convincingly went on the 31st, and like coincidentally, yeah. And apparently they was trying to get a sale done on
And
that
you got
last
your price that you wanted.
Yeah.
That's all that matter. That's all that matter.
We told him we was gonna go down the street to Kia. They got the car we want, and he
What if-
literally pulled
when
it
are
up.
you getting a new car?
I don't know. I'm gonna think I'm gonna ride my car till the wheels fall off.
Ain't
That's
wrong-
how
ain't
Elena
wrong with that.
sounded.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think I'm finna get a new car soon. The IRS that came and knocked me upside my head.
They
I'm
always
like,
do. I
let me
put a
get-
tweet out when they hit me.
Let me get y'all out the way.
That's
And-
how much
and once
I
I
hate
get
that
y'all out the way completely, then I'm gonna go get my new car, because I do not want to get my new car and have to deal with y'all.
Yeah.
So here go y'all, you dig. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go in like, what's this upcoming on September? Yeah, I'll probably try to get a car
IRS always wins, man.
September. Yeah, I ain't do no negotiate. Hey,
Oh, I don't know. You can negotiate with the IRS. Ain't no negotiating.
no,
with
but
them.
you can make like payment plans.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
here, y'all just take whatever y'all need. And yeah. But yeah, I'm
They hit me upside my head 4 times a year.
Oh, you do the quarterly payments?
Mm-hmm.
It's cheaper that way, isn't it? Or is it the exact same?
I don't think it's cheaper. I just don't come out at the same
Elena,
time.
Elena talking about, I think it's incentives if you do the quarterly or like that way. I'm like, I don't know. They gonna want their money
Maybe
regardless.
she's right. I don't know. I
It
have a
could be.
tax agent.
Oh, I'm pretty
You
sure
can
the
hire
tax
her.
agent probably would have told you.
I don't ever recall getting a deal from the IRS. I'll be as frank.
No,
as I
yeah,
can.
they want all their money up front.
I've
They want every
never
penny.
seen them tell me if I do this, the only if you do this is to not get fined. If you miss your payment time where we asking for our money, we are going to add on top of it. But it ain't never said, hey, you only gotta pay this if you do it at this time. I ain't never seen no shit like that with the IRS. Personally.
They don't play, bro.
No. It's so crazy that like you think that you working so hard and that the IRS just takes your money.
Yeah, especially in because we don't have our paychecks come untaxed, so we
Yeah.
have to keep a hold of our stuff ourselves. So that money that come into your account is not your money. All of that is not your money.
Yeah.
That's why you don't let it get to your account. It come to my account, I take it, I put it over here.
Oh.
So once
yeah.
it,
I thought
if,
you was-
if it get blurred, boy, I'll put it in a Madden pack or a 2K pack. Hey, oh IRS, I just spit y'all money on some packs.
Y'all have separate accounts,
Yeah.
like a business account and a personal account.
Yeah, I just opened up a new checking account. Yeah.
You
I
should
have
make
two
one of them
checkings.
your business account, and then
Yeah.
that's where you get your microtransactions from. That'll just
Mhm.
make it easier for when it's time to file again.
I also got that.
for sure.
Elena told me to get that one. I forget what it's called, but basically, like, it has your bank account and it categorizes every transaction, basically.
Is that with Chase?
What is it?
Because
Bank
Chase
of
has
America.
oh, okay. Chase has a version of that. And
Well, yeah,
it's
'cause
another app that I use. No free promo.
When I was doing my taxes, and it's all in one, that shit is so you got to go back.
It's
and
too much, yeah.
way too much.
I gotta
Way,
start
way
getting
too
an
much.
envelope and like keeping receipts.
Mm-hmm. I just get
Yes.
everything emailed to me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm talking at restaurants.
Oh, I don't be frightened off
He
food, but
writing
you do
off the
food.
meal.
He
He
do
do
food
food.
reviews.
No,
He
that
right,
makes
he
sense.
right,
So,
that
yeah.
actually makes a lot of sense
Yep.
when I think about it.
And
But yeah.
I never keep the receipts.
Right, because you like who get until you.
It's such a natural thing for me. Like, no, I don't need the receipt.
Right.
So like, I have to start reminding myself.
It's so natural that if you do ask for a receipt, sometimes they'd be like, well, you paid $12. What you need the receipt for? Like, that just happened. I went to Einstein to get a bagel, and a lady was there. You could tell she was there from work because she got 2 big-ass boxes, and they asked for a receipt. She was like, yeah, actually, I really do need that. And he was
No,
like,
yeah, that's why I think about it the most.
he had to go to the other register to get the receipt.
Yeah, especially a lot of times when I worked at Target or even I guess Goodwill, people will come in for like foundations and they'll get a bunch of stuff and they'll need that receipt because you
Yeah,
got to
that's
show
right.
proof or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy kids back in school. I was tired of everything
Slowly
being
but surely,
being
it
back.
ain't always bad.
True.
Right?
Well,
Right
what
outside
you
my
mean you
balcony.
happy? Talk to me.
Because I just don't like going out when it's a lot of people. And when
Oh,
kids
yeah.
in school, it's
Yeah.
always a lot of people.
That's true. Yeah, I remember one day I went to the nail salon at like 12 o'clock to get my nails done. I'm like, why is there so many kids in here?
Yeah.
And I was like, not in school. That makes
Those morning golf tea times are going to be so perfect, so open.
Oh,
I live
yeah.
right behind the school. So like I see the baseball field, the track and all that
I
type of
wonder
stuff.
if that's the school. My nephew goes to school over there. And I wonder if that's the same school. Do you know the name of it?
Starts with an H.
Yeah, he goes to that school.
Oh, wow.
That's
He
dope.
sure does. Yeah. You going to pick him up? Because they asked me
No.
to pick him up the other day.
No.
I'm like, I don't really feel like it, but I will.
They gonna arrest Mike. Mike is gonna go to jail.
Oh, wow. I didn't
I
realize
can
that's
call
where the
him over
place
from my
was.
balcony.
Oh my God, bro! I know what houses you talk. What apartments you talk about
Yeah,
there?
it's literally right next
Oh,
to the
I know
school.
exactly.
You didn't know.
I didn't know
who the
that's where his new
okay.
place was. No, I mean,
I
you ain't
still have
invited
never
us
been
yet.
to that side of where he stays, so I still have never seen it.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
you do have
quiet
to.
over
You do
there.
have to like go.
Yeah,
go.
that's why I like it. It's quiet because it's out the way. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
if
You
you
gotta
over
go.
there,
You gotta.
There's no reason to be over
gotta
there
have
unless you're doing
purpose to be
something.
over
Just watch my
Exactly.
nephew at baseball practice today.
I got you.
All right,
The
cool.
baseball field is literally right there.
Yeah, it is. That's where I picked him up from last time. That's
Is
crazy.
your nephew good at baseball?
I have no idea.
Oh,
No idea. I just know he plays. So maybe no. I'm gonna say no.
because I watched my niece play basketball a few times, and it's like I remember I went to the gym with her, and like she wanted to go to LA Fitness with me, and I'm like, we gonna work on left hand layups, and she was like, we don't do that, and I was like, what? I was like, y'all don't do left hand layups in practice? That was like one of the main things we did. We started like we did Kentucky layups. One was right hand and one was left hand.
Mhm.
What do y'all do? Why isn't the younger generation getting taught like the basic fundamentals of like left hand and right hand layups? She said they don't do like the pound dribbles.
Who she play for? Where she play at?
Argo.
Well, yeah, that's why. Because in high school, when you have a team practice, it's not necessarily skill development. Skill development is like something you do in your own time or in the off season. When
I
you
felt
in-
like the beginning of our practices were just like skill development type drills.
sometimes, but when you got to high school, a lot of that shit was implementing the plays.
I feel like that was more so like warm ups. You know,
Yeah, like Kentucky literally is to warm up the practice to get this shit started versus like we're working on left hand layups because it's like you're not working on it, you got to make it. You either make it or you miss. That ain't necessarily working on it.
Or like
but,
we did the finishing through contact
I
drills.
was just thinking
where
about
Craig
that,
Lottie would
yeah.
have the thing and like
Full coverage.
he'd hit you.
we did that. That was with the full court layups.
No.
Well, that's where Chuck got hurt, right? With like, when
Yeah.
Chris-
Oh,
But he
that's
also
how
had
you
a
hurt?
thing where it was like,
I
I
thought that
for-
was finishing through contact that he got.
That was finishing through contact.
Yeah.
Miss
Because
Lottie
he
didn't.
swiped down at the ball.
Yeah,
But that
he
was-
didn't use the pad, and he.
But I thought we
would
was
randomly
just in
swipe at it.
layup. We was just in layup lines, but he was doing that to give it a little challenge. I don't know if that was actually a finish through contact drill.
I would be pissed
Because
if I was.
we remember that drill you sit on the baseline and they give you that little bounce pass, like you were kind of like a big man, you got to
Oh,
go show
yeah.
'em. I feel like that's when they had like the little pad or whatever where you give you a little push.
I thought that's when I remember him breaking his hand.
No, he swiped down at his end.
I know he swiped at it,
Rest
but
in
I don't
peace,
remember how he did.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But
yeah, I think you're right. Like, depending on what type of team, depending on what type of situation they in, if your team's just not good, then yeah, you should skill development. But I think more than likely in the right situation, a high school team, there's some type of skill level that you would want your players to have, so you wouldn't have to necessarily be like, all right, y'all, this is how we're going to lay the ball up. Like,
No,
you
I
would
can
work
see what
on
you're saying.
finishing through contact a little bit, or we might
That's
work
more
on
so
specific
I feel like
things.
that summer camp where you work on your game, but
exactly. Because
you gotta
you got to do something on your own.
Yeah, you do.
because you need that time to honestly prepare for your season. Like you got to work with what you got.
Exactly. We got opponents we got to play, scouting reports, but that's that. I don't know the level of basketball our goal is playing. So I don't know. But I just know I remember when we used to watch film. Y'all used to watch film too, right?
Not often.
hell
Oh.
no.
I think we probably did like once or twice. That was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we used to have to like watch film and shit like that. And then we had packets of like scouting reports. It was like
we
you don't
didn't get
have
all that.
time to
That's how I
really.
run my team, baby.
You don't have really that much time to.
We actually
Our
not gonna be
scouting
on the
report
court
was-
at all. We just gonna be watching.
They
film.
played this type of defense, so we gonna run practice against this type of defense. That was it. Like,
Oh,
Y'all
okay. I
ever
see
had
what you mean.
that practice where you say you got to practice without the ball.
No.
No.
That's some movie ass shit.
I was like, I must have not been at that practice.
Well, no, actually, I did have a practice like that with Reinhardt, but we didn't practice. It just ran.
Oh yeah, Reinhardt would
Oh,
do those
yeah.
practices. You
Take the garbage can,
Yes.
put it in the middle. Yeah.
and all you running is suicides, all practice.
But that ain't like we doing this. But that's just like punishment.
Conditions the worst
Y'all
part of
passing
sports.
and doing plays without the ball.
Yeah,
like
nah,
it's
nah, nah.
Coach Carter.
Reinhardt made you do that because he wanted to run full court press the whole game.
That's smart then. You gotta be in shape to do that.
Man, bro.
That means there's no time off.
that
Damn.
shit was tough. That shit was so
It used to get to the point to where the referees had to tell us to stop full court pressing.
You're up by 46. What do you see
Yeah.
about the pressure on
like he
for?
was a one presser.
Well, I was at the back of the press.
Nah, you was on a team. That was your team. You could claim that. You a state champion, ain't you?
No, it was the next year.
Ah,
Damn.
He didn't let us get in it.
Oh, okay.
You felt like Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Yep.
damn. I always thought you was a state champion.
No, we was
So they
ranked.
won it with La Casa,
Yeah,
never with Reinhardt.
we were ranked high in the state though. Like we qualified to be in
It's
it.
scary as.
Yeah.
Talking about Memphis Tigers with Derrick Rose got thugs. He probably thought that too.
It used to be
play.
great. Like when they were ranked like Chicago teams. For some reason, like we was ranked one of the top Chicago teams, though we weren't in Chicago.
He was like, "Nah, we're not going. We're not a Chicago team. Nope. Don't
And
believe
then the
those
next year
rankings."
they got the improved gym too. They got that Nike sponsorship that improved all the equipment and
I
stuff.
didn't
I
know
still
that.
remember them blue ass
Yes.
floors.
It ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah,
Damn,
the
I
moment
know
the
that
year
place.
after we left, they got everything new because of that Nike saw how good they were.
Who? Thanks to who?
Mike.
Not this Mike.
Yeah, no. You talking
Nah,
about Mike
not
Smith.
that Mike. Yeah, shout out to Mike
It was
Smith.
I would say it's
You
him
know
and
Mike
us.
Smith and EJ worked out?
No, I didn't
For
know
real?
that.
Yeah, my pops
Recently?
called me. He like
That's funny.
because my
Mike Smith
pops
was a program
he-
changer, huh?
He watched right, literally.
That's it. They have similar play modes. They play similar. They play very
Yeah.
similar to each other.
Because I remember my pops randomly
I haven't
called
seen
me one
Mike in a
time, like,
long
man,
time.
it's this guard at Fenwick.
Oh, I was talking about more so in high school. I mean, middle
Oh.
school and
Oh.
high
And
school
he-
how they play.
He describing
He
his
just played.
guard at Fenwick. I'm like, I'm 95% sure you talking about my little homie Mike Smith. He like, yeah, his name is. And then a few.
Mike had the stocky build where he go through
That's
contact
what my
a
pops
lot.
love
Yeah.
about him. Because
Yeah.
he like, he sent me this picture.
They talking about EJ 6 foot. Mike Smith like my height.
Oh, he cut the hair?
And then,
Oh,
I didn't
a
even
little
peep he
while
cut.
ago,
Yeah.
yeah. And he called me like, yeah, man, EJ just.
Mike is the
Boy.
toughest man I've ever had to guard.
You guard him?
Hell yeah. He gave me 2 and 1s in the first quarter.
Oh,
And he was
man.
in 7th grade too.
Yes, he was. Oh, 2 and 1s,
Every
man.
time I see Mike, he always talking about some where we finna play 1-on-1 for money. Cause I talk shit to him a long ass time.
How much
ago.
would you actually pay? Would you? What is your confidence
He
level?
be
going
like,
against
we
him?
gonna build it on YouTube or whatever. Playing him?
Yeah,
Do you think you could score?
he better say yes.
Yeah, I
To
think I can score. My thing is, how much energy am I gonna give? Cause I know he probably is. Well, I know he's in shape.
Mike.
I'm not in shape at
I don't
all.
think you score.
Like, yeah.
You don't think I'm?
You don't think he's scoring
scoring
at all?
I don't think
I don't
he's
You don't
scoring.
think I'm scoring?
I don't
I'm
think he's
sorry.
scoring
I
either.
love you, but nah.
Bro, Mike Smith was top 5 in Division I basketball scoring.
That's why, can he
In
score?
the nation. You're not, when he gets the ball, if you get the ball first,
He
you
has
have
to score the
Yeah.
first one.
If
Yeah.
he get the ball first, you might not touch it.
I didn't say I was getting no stops. He said, can I score?
Right,
I think
you
I
would have to
have the
score.
confidence to score
How
the
many
ball.
possessions you think you getting?
I
It's
just
very
need one.
limited.
Going to 11. What's the score?
You think you get one possession, you guaranteed to score, Mike? Come on, man. We talking about Mike Smith.
What's the score? 1 to 11.
11-3.
You get 3. So that means you get 3 stops. That means you get 3
11-3.
stops.
I'm starting with ball.
And you
So you're gonna score 3 times
You
and then
scoring your
miss.
first.
Hey, bro.
Let's set it up.
After that,
He's
I'm
home.
not-
No, no,
after
this-
that, I'm-
let's set it up.
This is what I'm gonna say. There's 2 type of realities that's happened. Where Mike, because Mike, people might know him as a basketball. Mike is a goofy. He's
Very
silly.
goofy. He might
so
sco-
if he
yeah.
comes in goofy, silly, that's your only chance of ever getting 3 possessions. if we do a video and I hype Mike up and tell him, Mike, bust his ass, he don't score and he's getting mowed, you're done, bro. You would have to
You know
score.
Terrence listens to the show. Terrence is probably gonna clip it and send it to him.
Yes,
So
you have to. I'm actually gonna post this picture of him and EJ right now. You're going to have to score in that first possession because Mike is going to give you ball first. He's going to be competitive.
Yeah, I know he's
say
gonna
you
give
get
me
For the
ball
people
first.
at home, Mike Smith played with Darrick in grammar school, went to go play at Fenwick, then went to go play at Columbia.
Yeah.
That-
Was the leading scorer there.
That's where he was top 6, I would say, in scoring in the nation, y'all.
Mhm. And
College
then he-
basketball is different than NBA. You got
Yeah.
30 teams. The nation is 300 plus schools.
Oh, is it? I thought it was 144.
144 schools. I'll take it.
She said
Maybe that's
300
college.
plus.
I'm thinking college football because maybe it's different. Because there's some D1 basketball programs and not D1 football programs.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a DePaul.
Yeah.
How
maybe it's
many?
300.
How many?
But he played at their dominated, then transferred to Michigan when they went to the Elite 8.
Something
Yes.
like that, yeah.
And then he
played
take the
with Franz.
game-winning shot
Yeah.
and missed
he
it.
missed it. Yeah.
So he's one of them. He's really one of them guys. Didn't play in G League and played overseas. So
Yes,
He's a
okay,
hooper.
I was right. As of 2024, there's 355 that are full
and he was like
members
number
at
6 in the nation.
32 Division I. So if you take 355, how many players would y'all think is on each school?
Probably like
15.
15.
355 times 15, that's 5,325 people. He was top 6 in scoring.
Man,
At Columbia,
you talking about defense.
he would.
What? Talking about defense. He said he's talking about points that I'm scoring. I know he gonna give me buckets.
Mike,
He's 4th all time in Columbia scoring in the history of Columbia.
you don't think Mike Smith can guard you?
He's
No.
taller. He's listed at 5'11". They're about the same height.
There's
He's
probably
he's had to guard players significantly better than you, right?
Wait, not significant, like leagues ahead of you.
Holy
Leagues.
shit! The people he see in the G League.
Yeah.
I love your confidence.
I got
brother.
confidence in myself that I'm not going scoreless in no 1-on-1. I don't care who
Against
is
me,
with.
Derrick and KB, you should have that thinking. You should have it against Mike. But the reality, I just don't want you to. If this happens and you don't score, I don't want you to come up here with a bunch of excuses because you sat up here and told us you would score 3 points.
I will.
You didn't even say 1. You
That's
said
pride.
3.
That's literal pride. My pride will give me a damn bucket in that shit.
Your game got to match your pride, bro.
It do.
Well, the good thing is it's gonna happen now because we've talked about it for 10 minutes.
I'll text him right now.
Make sure we got the cameras rolling. That's all.
I got.
I'm giving myself 2 or 3 because I'm significantly taller than him. You ain't got no height advantage. You don't have no
I
no
ain't never
size
had no
advantage.
height advantage.
You don't
Pete.
have no
I
strength
ain't never
advantage.
had a height advantage.
I
You
gotta
have a height
ask him.
advantage over-
I gotta ask
over
him a
KB.
question. His last year at Columbia, he attempted 20 shots a game.
How tiring is that?
No, then his first year at Michigan, his role, he started and everything.
10 or 9.
He shot 7 shots a game. So to
That's-
go from 20 shots to 7 had to be tough. But again, they went to Elite
Yeah.
8 or whatever.
He was
so
playing with
probably-
Franz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Franz was on that team, so.
I remember we was playing 2K. He had the Franz jersey on when he was a rookie.
He did.
Oh, that's pretty
He's
dope.
talking about that's my boy.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. We're gonna have to set it up for real though.
We can. We know what he hoop at too. We know what he be hooping at.
True. You gonna pull up on him
Him and his brother.
I don't know his brother.
His
They
brother-
gonna look
Yeah,
just
he got
alike.
older.
His brother nice
Yeah,
too?
his brother could hoop too.
A younger or older?
older.
Okay.
He
Running
used to be
2
a
on 2
lifetime
then.
a lot.
Y'all running 2 on 2?
I don't know if his
Me and
brother.
D-Mill?
Yeah.
I don't know if his,
Yeah. You got Mike Smith. I got the brother.
Okay.
you
He's
think
on
he-
an island. On an island.
He talking about some okay.
What about you, Darrick? Because of your size, you think you would get a bucket?
No.
Hey, no, you know what? We got to bring back that story of when me and
Because I
D-Mills-
don't know if I would feel comfortable dribbling in front of him.
Now he glazed.
He just
No, I mean, you're not gonna back him down. You don't have to tap him.
You think Mike finna
True.
just fucking take the ball out of your grown ass head?
I mean,
He said, I don't feel
I've
comfortable.
seen crazy.
Me and
That's
D-Mills
true.
played a 2-on-2 for money before.
Real
Against
talk?
who? Against who?
Joffrey and Eric.
well, you know what?
Oh, I remember that.
But do you know why we lost? He let Eric get a bunch of offensive rebounds.
That seems on brand.
It might be. I don't remember all that.
'Cause-
But I do remember that we played for money. We lost. And Joffrey made D-Mills
Go
get
to
in
the
his
bank.
car, get the money from the bank, and drive back.
I had to get the bank. I had to get the money.
Bro,
This had
I
to be
didn't have
what,
cash on me.
2014?
this was a long ass time ago, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a card though, so it had to be like before we graduated. So
And
like
it was so
2014.
crazy because like I was getting stops, but Mike was giving up offensive rebounds.
I wish I could confirm more on this, but I literally don't remember.
Y'all lost, you said?
We lost.
Badly?
Yeah, I remember I was.
None of y'all,
guarding
neither
Grove
one
and
of
he
y'all
had
could really
Joffrey.
guard Joffrey, right?
It wasn't.
No.
I mean, no, but it wasn't impossible to guard Joffrey.
Who said that? I'm just saying.
No,
Joffrey was on that team that changed the program, right? Oh no, was he a year older?
No,
he was
Oh, he was
early.
part of that though. He was part of that.
are they still
He
good?
also won a state championship with
St.
St.
Joe's.
Joe's.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Is Bird still good? I know you'd be over it.
I know
no.
you be over there. Sounds crazy. We talking about
Crazy.
elementary school.
And when I had went, it was for my little cousin was
Yeah,
on the girls
I
team.
didn't. Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I don't think the
know
dudes
you
team.
be
was
over
good.
Burbage is so out the
I
way
know you
too.
be over there. That's crazy.
When do you even go over there, like in that area?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Unless you're going to the damn mall. But other than that,
over there.
It's the
Burbage
Bird
Mall.
Mall.
With like the Lifetime and everything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Other
never,
than that-
I've never considered it a mall, honestly.
Wrap it up.
Considered- Yeah, it's been
My
over 2
sub
hours.
here.
We appreciate y'all watching, listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Will Mike score on the 4th score in Columbia
We set that
University
up
history?
for real. I'm a referee it. Hey, I'm rocking with my boy Mike. Heard.
I would bet if the over-under was 0.5 points, I would put money on the over.
Thank you.
I'm standing with my boy.
I ain't
'cause
putting my
that's-
life on it. but
that's-
I'll
I'm
put it
standing
on
with my
money.
boy because that's my boy, but
I'm thinking 11-1 final.
I'm thinking 11-0. But I'm rocking with him, though. I'm supporting him. I want him to do it,
Yeah.
but I got to think of reality.
Okay. I appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace.